Hello, everybody. So reverse. I don't know if it's me, nothing's on. Just check your volume. Make sure it's down. Okay, how is everybody doing today? You guys doing good? We're joined
Hello, everyone.
Joe from the UK this way. All right, hi, Susan. Hi, Reese. Make sure I'm doing okay. Like, it's not me. I don't have anything on. All right, yeah. Make sure if you have the stream on, turn the volume down. I don't know what's going on.
It's off on my end.
Okay, you got it? Nope, you got all yours off. Yeah,
Mine's already off, so somebody else is.
Julio, Todd. We've got Jason. Hey, Sonia. Sarah.
Sonia, hello, everyone. Hello.
Oh, did she sign on from her different account? That's weird.
Hello, Marsha.
Hey, Marsha.
Hello, Sarah.
Andrea, Chris.
Andrea. Hi, Marsha.
Peter and Reese. These are other UK friends.
Represent.
Yeah, everything you guys kind of know about. Yeah, I posted it on the Aviation page. So I've had a lot of massive text out for my brother-in-law. So you guys are subscribed. Click the description box below to make sure you guys are subscribed to the Facebook page or somebody can link it. Somebody's gonna turn off your phone. I don't know where it's from. Check your phone, Joe, to make sure if you're watching the stream, the volume is low.
Yeah, because it's not me, because I don't have anything open.
I don't want to blast anybody's eardrums. Okay. Here, I'll link it on.
Can you hear me?
I forgot I could do that here. There's the link to the Earsome Ohana Facebook page. Uh-oh. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, somebody's got the phone. It's like feedback. Okay, that's good now. It's good.
It stopped.
It stopped, whatever it was. Sometimes it just takes a second. We have to make sure everybody's stuff is.
Hello, Todd.
Is all up to snuff. Hang on.
Hello, Alison.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah, Rob asked me. Just make sure you guys are.
I lost internet, but now I'm back.
Okay, good. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Earsome Emporium Ohana page. I just link the link down below. That's our Facebook group for you guys, so you guys can chat and any announcements about streams I put on there, Nova. Yeah, I was tasked to do several masks for my brother-in-law because he's a cop. So I needed to show that, to totally
Hello, Cheryl.
So yes, we have Peter, Joe, Peter.
Hello, Peter.
Yeah, you've never.
Hello.
He is awesome. I've told everybody all about you, so they know all about you. And your wonderful time with us at Walt Disney World as summer entertainment college program. He was in there, cultural representative CRPs. They're called CRPs because he's from England. He's from Wales. So he had a family emergency mask. It's a mask emergency. That's what it is. But thank you for linking all the links. Yes, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. We also have an Earsome Emporium website. Make sure that's a lot of news and things on there. It's very cool. Built it all myself. I taught myself how to build a website. But I love that kind of stuff. I enjoy it. Yeah, all the links are for the group, Twitter, and then the regular Facebook page. Make sure you guys have those. That way you can hear anything going on. So, yeah, I have a bunch of questions for you because you're new. Everybody's heard about our perspectives about what's going on. How's the lockdown in the UK? I mean, how's it going? I know it's hard.
It's just because our Prime Minister, he's had COVID-19. So he's in recovery of that. But the rest of the UK is complete lockdown and everything. they're talking about further restrictions of the lockdown lasting until September, maybe into the new year. So it's a bit crazy. There's a lot of panic.
Wow.
Because I heard people were still going to the beach and partying.
Yeah, in the park, playing in the park and everything. And yeah, it's mental. It's mental. They're not listening or following the guidelines. And as much as the government and the National Health Service are trying to encourage everyone to follow the guidelines, they're just going about themselves. And
are you in a populated area? Are you a more rural area? So how's like population density where you work? So you're not so like crowded.
Where I live is quite rural, but the city is quite like lively and everything. There's quite a lot of people that inhabit the city that I live in.
Got it.
But I try to avoid like the city as much as I can and stay around my area.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I did represent America there. It has the UK here, so it's perfect to represent the UK for us. But yeah, Florida's been, all of us living here, us three. So we've been locked down. We're officially on the road, since I'm a dual cast member. So I was first out of Disney Springs first, and then the resorts. But from all of these, there's a lot of new rumors in talks every day. Our president, Josh Morrow, and as all the presidents of other businesses in Orlando, they're thinking about getting everything started. They'll have a decision, isn't it Friday? Peter works for Disney. So, we both work for Disney. He still works for Disney. So, because he's on the back end and stuff, keeping everybody updated. So Friday, they're supposed to have more decisions and maybe how to open the park. Tomorrow. So that'll be really good. Just a lot of speculation right now. And then Universal let out a survey for pass holders. So, that kind of thing, like people are just, are you okay with these decisions? Wearing masks in the park, but would you guys be okay with that and what to do? So that's pretty cool. So it's going to be totally different. They sent home the college program kids first. They all went home.
Yeah.
It was very emotional that day because they really didn't get warning. The leaders and the coordinators and leaders just kind of grabbed them, and we're gonna go over here, away from the shop or away from the location or backstage, and be like, they were crying. It was like I heard kids crying like Disney style, and Candy Cauldron. I was closest to them, like location wise, so they came over actually by us, and then they were told like kind of like right on that Blaze Bridge, and it was very emotional for people. Peter had a friend that was also in the international program. He paid over $10,000 to be here.
Yeah.
Maybe this summer was it? No, he was doing fall advantage, right? Yeah, fall. The 1 year.
Me?
Oh, your friend. Wasn't your friend? What's his name?
Oh, yeah. He was supposed to be here till August, I think.
Right.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's quite a bit. I mean, your journey, how did you end up, becoming, or applying for the college program in the UK, like, for your university or college? How did they, did you do that? Like, I know you did your research. I know you reached out to a lot of different Disney bloggers, YouTubers and stuff, and how to kind of get all your information. So you kind of tell everybody your quick little journey and how you ended up in Orlando and living the best life.
So yes, I just applied through university. My university had a meeting. A guest lecturer came in and he told us all about the summer experiences and like summer camp and everything. And I didn't want to go into the summer camp route, so I decided to go outside the box. And then I came across the Disney Cultural Exchange Program, and I thought that was, for me, that was very me. So I applied through the British agency that send out all the international applicants from the UK through Yummy Jobs, and had my pre-screen, which was like my first group interview with them. And then if I passed the group interview, you go on to the second interview, which is in Hammersmith in London with the big Disney UK headquarters are. So just that experience, like the Disney headquarters in London, was a phenomenal experience and everything. And I didn't expect I would get anything. I didn't expect I'd get in, but luckily enough, I was accepted. And then they measured, while I was in my interview, they measured all my height and everything for entertainment, for character performer. And then I got an email 2 weeks after I found the interview, and the rest is history, basically.
Because you auditioned in the UK, right? You didn't.
Yeah.
You auditioned there.
All the interviews in the UK, in London, yeah.
So if you didn't, yeah, he was a entertainment cast member, which is the dream. You know, everybody wants to be in entertainment. That's the hardest thing to get. I mean, if you're a CP, because you have to audition for those roles. You know, it's hard to get in for sure. But you know, he spent a lovely summer with us, and then very busy. He was working all the time. We go visit Joe all the time. So for sure. You know. Yeah, if Scott and Cheryl want to join us, you guys have the link. Come over. Here's Dwuane. How are you? Do you think annual passes with the duration that they've been using? Yes, they did announce that a week ago now or longer.
About a week.
I remember. I just basically read it on Disney. Like Disney made the announcement. I don't write about it till it's been officially announced. But yes, but the thing, the catcher with this. It's only extending until December 15th of this year so far. So right now, I did read that this morning somewhere, but we have to make sure. I guess they'll have to do another contingency plan if you're not coming this year. You know what I mean? Like, and if you paid for your passes already, but if you paid in full, however length of time that we're closed, you're just going to tack it onto your pass. Your pass will have a brand new expiration date for sure. For us, local Floridians that pay month to month. I mean, if you're a Floridian, you paid in full. It's the same thing. Hi, Kobe Jack. Kobe Jack wants to make an appearance.
Hi, Kobe.
We have to also the same thing. You get the extra on the end, and you'll have the new renewal date. But if you're a month-to-month pass holder, you just basically your renewal date is the same. As I renewed in February, I stayed in February. Peter technically was during the closure, so he'll have to renew right to open back up. So yeah, they emailed the pass holders about it, and it was like really, it was there. So you're so Dwuane, you should be okay. I mean, they'll gladly tack it on to however long we're closed. They'll just tack it on to the end. Because yes, if Jason's an out-of-state platinum pass holder, they will tack extra days on the end, so you're golden. You should be good. Although I read that the extension's only till December 15th of this year so far. So if we go, any longer, I don't know. Maybe we should all go in and out. Does everybody have a house party off? And you're not watching YouTube on your phone because I do hear it.
Yeah, because I'm calling on my phone.
Yeah. Oh, this happened to you too, to Natalie once. We gotta go
Natalie.
Here.
and then come back in. Like,
Maybe Heather, try going out and coming back.
Yeah, we're gonna try to weed everybody out to make sure. Can you hear it now? Oh no, it's gone.
Now it's gone.
It's Heather. Sorry, girl. I love you. Oh, there it is. It's still there.
Wait. Test. Maybe a little bit.
A little bit.
I
can close the stream and come back in. I mean,
it's not as
bad.
It's not as bad. A little bit.
Okay. We're good? We're good? All right. I think we're good now. A little bit. It's still there.
A little bit.
Let me close and go back in.
I don't know.
Just hold, y'all. Just hold. Hang on. Because I'm carrying the stream, so I don't have anything open. I know better.
No, because I don't have anything open either.
All right, let me close StreamYard and come back in.
Okay, let me.
You want to go first?
Yeah, let me try muting my mic. Hold on, and then you guys tell me if it's better. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Test.
Hello, Sherry. Hello.
Hello. Hey, Julie.
Hello, everybody.
Is your mic? I don't know. Hello?
Chin.
Cheers. Oh, chin chin. I got matcha. You're having a rose. You're so lucky. I wish you were
Okay,
all
Heather, now you mute your mic for a second. Heather? Oh, Jen's muted. Okay, Heather, talk.
Okay.
Okay, no, I still hear it.
Still here.
Okay,
Hello.
Let me
Hello,
go out and come back in.
okay.
I'm
We're
carrying
going to talk about
Test. Okay, Jen, talk now. Test.
one.
Heather, I think it's your mic.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Maybe you can have headphones. Do you have headphones to plug in?
Because you know when we talk during house party, well, you're getting a new phone anyway, girl. So you're
Yeah.
good. I think it's just good.
To my phone because I'm on the computer.
Oh, okay.
Should I switch to my phone maybe and see if that works?
Do you have headphones for the computer?
Yeah,
No. I have. Well, they're downstairs. I can. Hang on.
Okay, I'm just trying to.
Okay, go do that. I think it's just a little reverb. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I just don't want to blow you out because then you guys can't hear.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, wait. Technical difficulties always happens, you know.
Oh my gosh, Dwuane, thank you so much for making it rain on Facebook Messenger.
Making it rain.
Thank you. Thank you, Dwuane. Thank you so much.
There it is. It's making it rain. Woo-hoo. We got to do it's super chat dance. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I
Thank you.
Yesterday because I'm telling you, I'm sewing masks for my brother-in-law who's a police officer in Broward County, which is in Fort Lauderdale. Rob's like, I had to make a whole new pattern because it's, you know, they have bigger faces. So I'm making him plain black. And I was trying to make him a Disney one. And Rob's like, he's a cop. Nobody's going to take him seriously with a Disney mask. So I'm like, okay. So I'm making him the plaid mouthpiece. And yeah, if you have not known, Joe, I have been a lean, mean mask making machine. This is all I've been doing. Like masks to be like making sure they're high class though. Hang on, I'll go grab some for you. So you can take it.
It works.
Where are my other ones? I have a stack somewhere of ones. I don't know where they went. There's a stack over there somewhere.
Does it sound better?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
That's a lot better.
Let's
That's a
do
lot,
this then.
Okay, good. Yes.
that's a lot better. Okay, good.
Mickey Mouse masks, Mickey, Minnie, and Donald. There are unfortunately no Goofy prints. I need to find some Goofy.
No, Goofy.
Yeah, princess one. So, you know, been making
Like it.
them for people. Yeah, so I'm going to be sewing through the night. I'm going to just be productive and I need to get my brother-in-law's out because he is working and then not providing the police officers with masks. So it's kind of crazy. But yes, everybody remembers Joe because Joe is awesome. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much, Dwuane. You're awesome. Yeah, all you guys are like, that's definitely helping us out because I still have to, you know, make sure everything we use for the channel, like programs, like these things, like StreamYard, all of these things that we're using now, how to get a green screen, all of this stuff, ring lights, lighting kit. You know, it's like a whole different now. I had to do my whole studio. So we can change your environment here. We can go from the Magic Kingdom, we can go to Epcot, we can go to all sorts of places in you know.
I was saying the other day that streaming is like our channels are not how they usually are. Like as far as content goes, like this is all like temporary content for everybody.
About like a lot of like beauty YouTubers, beauty bloggers, they always already film in their studio. So nothing changed for them because they already had the beauty room.
Yeah, they have their home studios.
The studio.
Right.
I mean, I have to do it in I've commandeered my kitchen and I don't have a kitchen or a sliding back door anymore because it's now a green screen. But it's what I gotta do. I couldn't just be playing. I'm gonna be extra for y'all, you know? Yeah.
That's why, like, you know, like we all appreciate everyone coming and just hanging out with us at home because I know this is not as exciting as being out in a park and watching fireworks and going on rides and like. But it's nice to see that people are
going to Dwuane, so that's pretty fun. You know, hey Steve Michaels, how are you? Yeah, of course I will still be able. I think we'll still be able to live stream when the parks are open.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about all the. Oh, let me go through my PowerPoints because I'm going to ask Joe his. He hasn't been here for multiple discussions, but you're more than welcome. We do this every single day. You know, basically, what the how our new normal is going to be. Even you know, like I'm sure you're normal going to the shops and going out. You have to wear a face coverage.
Mhm.
And almost everybody agrees that's going to be a given. So thank you, Jason. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, I appreciate that. And I'm always working. And you know, YouTube, I've always wanted YouTube to be my full-time job. Well, it is now. And mass media. That was my dream job. If I could support myself doing YouTube and then just crafting, that would be my dream. Well, we're doing it now. There's going on. You know, we have to make Disneyland like they're going out of style right now. So, yeah, Jason wants to know. I took off my nails. Except for these two. It's having a hard time. But I purchased a home dip nail kit. Let me know if you guys want to see that live. I'm gonna try to do my own dip nails, like where you just dip it with a powder. I went to look at all the stores online. I didn't go to the store. They don't have none at Walmart, CVS, or Walgreens. Those dip kits are gone. But I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. Every woman is in this situation right now. We need to get our hair done. As you can see, I've gone purple, being that it's not Disney look, and gray because it's almost faded. It's temporary because I can finally. It's the first thing I did because we're like, yeah, and then got nails because never allowed to have it because I was in food and beverage. So I did something, you know, yes.
The Disney look, come on.
You know, but I think we'll be able to live stream, but you know, as most everybody had spoken to that, we probably have to buy everything else. So we have to, we'll be. Hey, girl, there you go. That's you now. I just was making sure that was you. It was freaking me out for a minute, but it sounded like you were freaked out. But, you know, I get paranoid nowadays. You know why, girl. You know why. With all those different things. But, yeah, I will be on Tanya's stream tonight, so make sure you guys come visit there. We're going to go hang out with the ladies, with Miss Robin and Miss Sue. Check and hang out with the ladies. Yeah, you want to? Okay, yeah, okay, that sounds good. So I'm going to try this. I know Tanya's in this situation too. Like all these grown-out nails that look wonky without the gel. Because if I can learn how to do this, there's clear ones that just look like your nails. I can probably keep it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But knowing Alan, he's going to be like, are those gel on your nails? You got polish. Like they're so strict at my job, they will send you home. I mean, you know, well, entertainment, depending if you're face or fur, but you know how Disney is. It's not Disney look, man. They'll be like, here's a razor. No,
Yes.
You have to dry shave. You have to dry shave.
Legit. Like the amount of times, like in Animal Kingdom, especially. So you should tell us what's the worst thing you ever, but I think we'll be okay, Tanya. I think we're going to be okay. We're just going to have to wear these. Oh, I don't think Tanya has seen her mask because I have to get it to her.
Oh, yeah.
I had one left and I knew, wait, no, there's two actually, but the one I had the bigger one on it, the bigger picture.
Joe, I have a question because we have a lot of UK viewers.
Yes.
What do you suggest for UK college kids that want to come work here at Disney in Orlando? Because I know that the rules to come over here, it's very strict as far as how long you can work and things like that.
Tell them how to go about it and
what are the steps for someone out of country to work for Disney?
Right.
So I can speak for the UK specifically. I don't know the other international channels, but I applied through Yummy Jobs. Now they do 3 Disney related programs. They do the Disney Cultural Exchange Program, which is for 2.5 months to 3.5 months, and then there's a cultural representative program, which is the Epcot one. The exchange program is you can work in any single department in Walt Disney World. And then I think there's another academic program that Disney offer international UK students that are in university as well.
So you have to be enrolled in a university, and then you go through.
Yes, yeah. For the Disney Cultural Exchange Program, you do, but for the representative, you can apply at the age of 18 and over.
Oh,
But
okay.
you have to have done one semester or one term. Term? Is it a term?
For the exchange program, you have to do at least one term.
Okay. I only have one Cinderella print, and I had enough for. Actually, I have two. Enough for two. Tanya's getting this mask. You guys are ready.
Oh, I have a great question. What do you think of Yorkshire fish and chips in the UK pavilion?
Is it authentic or not your favorite?
Because I love it. So please don't tell me that it's not. Is it
No.
really? Oh.
Is this Joe, the Space Mountain guy? Oh my God! He is. Yes, this is yours, Tanya. This
It's
one,
not good.
No.
the Cinderella one.
Wow.
That's like one of my favorite fish and chips in Orlando. I mean, besides Finnegan's, because Finnegan's has very good fish and chips.
Yes, yes.
Finnegan's.
He never made it to Universal with us, so he's just gonna have to do that the next time he comes back. And I know we still want you. We talk about you all the time. They're like, you need to apply for CRP to come back.
Yes.
Now, like even the UK vloggers, a lot of them are freaking out because if we reopen, we think it's going to be opening in phases. So it's going to be probably locals first. We're the guinea pig, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe
We're the guinea pig.
yeah. But I hope they give us like a few like a week or two just locals because that's your incubation period. And if we can handle it, I don't know, maybe a week or two that way, and then we'll probably be opening it to pass holders and then like in phases. And if they're talking about phases, they're opening about Disney Springs first, and then maybe the resort. So I'm going to be back to work before anybody else. I will let you know as soon as I get that. Come on in. I'm like, I will let you guys know if I got a little phone call. I will let you know. But Joe can tell you that story. Yes, he is the Space Mountain guy. If you guys haven't heard that story, we were here.
I've heard it. Ah.
I cannot go on Space Mountain. If you're over 6'2", you cannot go on Space Mountain. Like your legs will cramp up.
Oh.
Because remember what I told you guys, Space Mountain, you're basically sitting on the floor with your legs, and you're just on the flat floor. And then like your legs straight up. And yeah, he barely fits in that rocket. And poor Joe was in pain, screaming, the agony, and he was screaming the whole time. People said, they're like, I could still hear Joe. I'm like, I can still hear you. That was me. It's if you are over 6'2", you are not going to be comfortable or anything.
No.
Over 6 foot, you're not going to be. I'm barely comfortable in it, and I'm short. But yeah, so it was pretty scary. It was screaming. How are they going to determine who's local? I would assume
Driver's license.
Driver's license.
Or if you just moved here, I would say you have to show, just like when you get a Florida ID, you just have to show like a bill or you're paying rent or something.
Something like that.
Well, if you have a Florida resident pass.
Florida resident, not like Orlando local. I mean, like Florida, at least. We're within our state. We're kind of locked down within our state. So, you know what I mean? Can I join? Yeah. Well, I think, Jason, what they're going to do is probably, they're probably going to do like Floridians first because we're the guinea pigs. And then they're going to open it up to other pass holders, I think. But I don't know if the state even is going to allow that because they still have police at the edge of I-95 making sure nobody's coming in from up north. So we'll see. But yes, there's that night with Joe. Like, he was screaming, and it's painful.
Yes, yeah, it's like your sides, your calves.
Not just me. I hate that ride with passion, but they've been hornswoggling me ever since. I go 4, 5, 6 times a year. I went like 4 times before the closure because of parties already. Like, I've already, like, that's more than my year's, like, limit, you know? I end up going all the time. Although if you go on the right side, I know Omega better. Is it Alpha, Omega?
Alpha.
Alpha. Like, I know where the turns are. I sit in front and I just remember, oh, that's a bump. And I just like Andrea said, we memorize it and we're like, that one isn't as bad. Omega is more bumpy. We don't like that part, you know? But
Joe,
Anyway.
what's okay? Sorry, I have like a ton of questions for Joe.
Yeah.
Ask away.
Fire away.
Okay, how long were you in Orlando for?
I was there, I believe, Jen, wasn't it 3 months?
yes, I met you before because you used to watch my
Yeah.
channel, and we would communicate and messenger before he even came.
Mm-hmm.
So and when he came, we went to his first day, and his mom would watch, make sure that like
Yeah.
mom's checking on you, mom's checking on you.
Yeah.
So his first day that he was on stage and was performing, we went to go visit him. We had lots of pictures. Tanya was there. She remembers. It was a good day. We were Animal Kingdom. It was good. But go ahead, Peter. You got a lot of
Okay,
energy.
here's the second part. What's actually no, this is a 2-part question. What's one thing, or what's the thing that you miss the most about Florida? And would you ever want to move to the United States?
What's the one thing I miss about Florida? I think the people like are so polite. Like they'll go out of your way. I think because it's like I don't know, I'm speaking on behalf of like Disney, but like they were always so polite and so welcoming and everything. They would like welcome the international people and British people especially with open arms, and that's just what I love about Florida. And yes, I would love to move to Florida.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we want him back. He would,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we don't go to every single Mickey's Not So Scary or any parade that you would probably be performing in. We would be there. We go to all your performances. Yeah, Southern hospitality, exactly.
There is, yeah, there is.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Like audition tips or things, or how is the international audition different from the U.S. or it's pretty much the same, isn't it? How's your
Yes. You just go through like a normal audition process and everything. There's an animation round, a dance round.
Okay.
They're the main 2 rounds, and then there's hair and makeup if you get through the dance and animation round, and then you just get measured up and
You ready to
there you
go?
go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Being tall helps because
Yes.
that's a very hard thing to find. There are certain roles that require very tall, statuesque people. It's just you're basically, depending on what they're looking for, it's mainly your height. You get divided up by height. If it's a princess role, you can't be taller than 5'5". So, like, I think that's the max for princess is 5'5", right? I think it's 5'5" or 5'7". 5'5", depending on who it is.
5'5", 5'7".
5'5", 5'7" is your max. Otherwise, then you're
I can be a princess because I'm 5'6".
No, we're chipmunk height. We're chipmunk height. We're chipmunk height. Because I've lived with chipmunks before too. My friend Ronalda, I told you, that used to dance in the parades. She lived with
We are chipmunk height.
Chipmunks.
chipmunk height. Cha 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 chip and dance. Chipmunk height. We're boring. We're that average height. They need very short and very tall people.
Oh yeah.
Like they need like 5 foot and under, or 6'2" and taller. No, it's gonna be you're a chipmunk height, Janie. I'm 5'2.5". We're all chipmunk height.
5 foot and a half.
Yeah, 5'2" to 5'4" is chipmunk height. Yeah. No, I can't be a dwarf. No, not a dwarf.
I'm technically 5'6".
Oh,
That's my license. That's what my license says.
okay. So then you're slightly taller than a chipmunk. There you go.
I'm slightly taller.
Than a chipmunk. Yeah, there you go.
You could be Mickey and Donald height as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Mickey's
They
my
could be that height
height.
as well.
You're right. Yeah, Donald doesn't
Wow.
seem that tall. He seems so short when I meet him. He's just so cuddly.
Yeah.
That's another big thing, Joe. What do you think is going to change because of social distancing and the constraints that we now have about character? Okay, characters in the park, characters at character dining is a whole nother fish. So what do you think about that? Like, we've had our opinion on how we think that's going to change. How do you think that's going to change? Or
I think there wouldn't be much like character dining. I don't think that entertainment people would want to put any of their performers at risk at all. And personal contact and everything, and just no personal contact. There'll be like an occasional wave.
Doing that. You heard Shanghai's been doing that, but they come to the table. The tables are super far apart. but kind of like they just go back there in the back of the picture,
Yeah.
and you go. And they might not even do autographs because they're pen and everything. I would be Tinkerbell on the wire. I'm too tall to be Tinkerbell, and I certainly weigh too much to be Tinkerbell at this point. Tinkerbell needs to be 110 pounds or less, and she has to be under 5 foot. She's little. So yeah, I have a friend who was friends with Tinkerbell. They were best friends. So I work with her now. Allison. She was friends with Alice too. She was Tinkerbell on the Tinkerbell, right? Yeah, she did that for quite a few years. So, strong girl. Yeah. But I mean, that's sad. I mean, you honestly think I don't think entertainment would be that first. I don't think they're even going to have characters in the beginning. I don't know. Or it's going to be.
No, I can't.
They can't.
Yeah, they can't.
And everybody's union at Disney. Like, we have to definitely, everything's got to agree. I would love to be Tinkerbell on a wire. I did that over the alligators, though, at Gatorland. Woo! I walked the gimbal and pretending I had the wand on the other. It was great. And nobody tried to eat me. The gators jumped up and tried to eat me, so that was good. Yeah.
Joe, what? Oh, sorry.
Go, Peter, go. You have questions. Fire it up. Go, baby, go.
What was your favorite thing that happened to you while you were working here for those 3 months?
I think it'd be wrong to say not meeting Jen, but because I've been following Streaming the Manic for so long, and yeah, I know.
The channel that must not be named. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like Voldemort. Okay.
Yeah.
And just because I've been following her for so long, and Tonya as well, I was so excited to meet them. So meeting them was, I think, my highlight. But then being in entertainment, was just so magical. So magical.
Yeah. Now, are you going to school for that? Is that what you're in school for?
That's what I graduated in musical theatre at university. So they I think they took that I was studying musical theatre at the time, and then they just balanced it out with entertainment.
Yeah.
Would be the suited role.
We've always said, me, Heather, and Jen, actually, that we want to be in the parade. The parade.
Yeah.
Party Patrol.
Yes. Maybe the elves too.
Yeah, Heather.
I mean, Heather and Jen have professional experience with dancing. I just like to just be there, but I would. I mean,
boys, you have a better chance because you're a boy, not as a boy.
Yeah.
Boys are harder to cast.
I don't have any experience at all.
You don't have to be a professional dancer. It depends what you're doing. If you're doing fur or characters, they do very basic tap.
It's more animation.
It's not hard. It's not hard dancing.
It's very basic.
Exactly. There you go. It's just I used to always make whenever I would meet a wonderful tall character, I would always ask for the best dance moves because you would always be dancing. Yeah. I learned some dances. I always ask Mickey too. We always do the hot dog, big dog dance together. And then I do the same thing with Goofy or Minnie. I love to dance. We dance. But yeah, I would love to do that. I would go to an audition with you just to go. But I'm probably above my upper age limit to do that. But I guess if you need something like that, you would still do it. But yeah, I just love the parades. We love the parades. We
do. We love the entertainment.
It's so great.
I mean, that would be the fun thing to do.
Really great.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just they just have the best. And of course, we also love our wonderful Taffeta Mutton Fudge. She was our championship queen of the Sugar Rush for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party from Wreck-It Ralph. She's the baton twirling.
The lead baton twirler, the best. We
love her. We can't wait for everybody to come back. Hopefully, and we've got to know a lot of entertainment cast members because we just see them all the time, and they see us all the time that we're there.
Yeah, yes, and they know us because we're always in the same spots.
Yeah, and Erica, we got to meet Erica and hang out with her all the time, Reese's favorite, so that was fun. But yeah, I mean, what do you think about, like, when do you think we're going to be opening, like, international borders? It's going to be a while, isn't it?
I think so.
UK is locked down, US is locked down. So even with this park opening in phases, the last thing that they're going to open is international. So the country's back down to immigration right now. Like, just the president just did that a few days ago. Like, it was shut down for all immigration. So that means no 90-day fiance.
No 90-day fiance.
We love that show, and no tourist visa, because that's considered immigration. Anything with INS, basically with the ICE now, that you can't come into the country. So if you're from Canada, even you can't drive over, or there's no international. I mean, every state is pretty much shut off. So I don't know. Like, it's going to be a while. A lot of international bloggers are freaking out right now because, HHN's coming up. They're talking about that. At least, even if we open in August, that's HHN time. Halloween. It's going to be Halloween. So people are like, we're going to be like the kid in the candy store going,
yeah, let me in.
Yeah.
So bye, Nova. Yep.
Bye, Nova.
Just keep sewing, girl. She's making masks by hand. She's brave. I have a sewing machine, at least. I'm going to be talking. That's why you can keep talking, Peter, because I need to actually sew as well.
Well, we're hoping to hear something tomorrow from Josh. Our
president. Yeah. I mean, the good thing is we keep our seniority. Supposedly, Disney is bulk enrolling us in employment. But I can tell you in over 6 weeks that only 4 people at my Disney Springs job have gotten unemployment. So nobody's got no money. So, and we know other friends that work in other locations at Disney Springs that they haven't gotten their money either. So it's really a mess. I don't know if it's going to make a difference that Disney bulk enrolled. I haven't heard anything. I checked my email. So I don't know. I mean, I'm going to keep my nose to the ground and see if I hear anything. So, but at least we're able to come back and just talk to HR when it's time to come back. And then supposedly we get to keep our seniority because that's the only thing I really cared about, Like, if there's no room in my old location, I'd gladly go to a different location. I'd even change roles at this point. So my predictions are when this parks will open. June 1st will be the earliest. But again, I don't know. I think June 1st is, again, like that April 1st pipe dream.
I think June.
It'll be June. Whether it be first or not, I
think June at the earliest.
Because
I don't think they're going to miss out on the summer sales. The summer, like they need the summer sale. I mean,
they
already missed out on spring break.
We discussed it the other night, and I have more talking points today because Mama's got notes. She goes, and we didn't stop this. Where is my Scott? We might have to talk about this too, but also, like, the DBC points are expiring. They're one of those, like, use it or if you don't use it, you lose it. I know you can roll it over, right? Like, after, like, how
you can roll it over.
You can roll it over. I don't know if everybody's going to be rolling it over or if you really rolled it over. That's a big hot button topic right now. It's these BBC points. These are very expensive. Like, where is Scott McLean when I need him? Yeah, it's June 1st at the earliest. I'm not holding my breath on that because I don't know. Like, I don't know because I feel like they're doing this April 1st thing to us again because we just all got furloughed. Everybody has to come back and do their paperwork. I don't know if they're, probably onboarding all over again. I don't know if they have to go to traditions again. Like, there's going to be a couple of weeks. You can't just have everybody come in at once, process everything, go to traditions at once. Like, it's not going to work that way. So I don't know what we're going to have to do, Yeah, your May clients were canceled. I mean, they're doing that more. I mean, the cruises are closed, which is a whole different story. Maybe I would say June-ish or July, Julie. I agree. They do want to get that summer.
I hope it's not July.
I hope it's not July.
I hope it's not July. I might lose my mind then. I already have. I go through moments. So, but you guys are keeping me sane. This is all sane. Oh, this is Reese, the other house. Reese. Our Welshman and our Manchester boy over here. Yes.
We have Welsh and we have Manchester down there.
UK represent.
When do you think Disney will open? Tanya's asking. Because I mean, like your best prediction, June-ish. Peter would know, and as soon as I'm with they call me. Jimmy's pretty good about calling everybody. And if it is true that the resorts or Disney things will open first, like we'll be the guinea pig, you better believe I'm gonna tell you that. I'll be like, I may or may not be if I can't. If I'm not sworn to secrecy or under penalty of death, have a better idea of when it'll be. But I think that makes sense that they would do third party, like something little controllable, no real, like, because that's what they did at Shanghai. They opened their Disney Springs type area first.
Yeah.
And you might be doing that. And I'd be like, hey, Japan, send me some of those cute Disney masks, come on. They need to be selling it at the door, along with the matching ears, So, yeah, start practicing with your mask. Scott said he thought he was going to die today. Like, he's been at work the last 2 days. He's like, it's hard to breathe. And
it is. And I've actually noticed, and I don't know if it's from breathing in my own CO2, but like my throat hurts when I take off my mask. Like I feel like a dry,
a little
like,
bit.
I'm like I feel sick after I take the mask off, and I'm like, well, that's not
because you have the halyard. This is a double. It's 0.2 microns. Very little gets through this, and I have cloth masks.
Yeah.
That's how you get a little bit thinner fabric. The most I've had it on is a little over 4 hours. So I'm trying to build up resistance and maybe wear around the house for as long as I can. You're gonna have to practice it because we're gonna have code access people going bloop bloop.
Yeah, like it's. I mean, is that? I mean, because like you were a nurse. Like, how long can you breathe in like your own CO2 for? Yeah,
technically, this mask is not completely airtight.
So you're getting a little bit of actual air.
Oh, yeah. My main concern, that's why I'm like, you need to be tight. So that's what's my concern about masks that go over the ears. I'm like, it's so loose. If your glasses are fogging up, that's air. Because my sunglasses do that too. And then if you can feel it in your ears, like falling off your face, then you're not really wearing any protection. So mine go over the head. You should be able to breathe through this. It's cotton. There's air coming in. You're just not used to.
Yeah, my whole throat's very dry and like, and then I start getting worried. I'm like, did I just pick something up in the store?
You're breathing after your nose, so you need to just like practice, really practice. And you can also put double-sided tape. I mean, have you been outside, Joe? Have you been wearing a mask or anything, or not gone out at all?
I haven't really gone out much, mainly like just to go to the shops, which is a couple of feet away, nothing drastic.
Okay.
But yeah, I do have a mask that I wear occasionally.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, and the moisture in the air too. Yeah, it's hot in there.
That's probably what it does.
Lines. We're gonna have
the moisture, so it's like I can't breathe.
And in the summer, it's hard to breathe in Florida anyway.
Oh God! If we have to be out in like 100-degree weather, wearing those.
But they're not gonna let you in the park without a mask. So
they probably aren't. Yeah.
Like when you're walking around the neighborhood, keep your mask on. Practice.
Practice.
You gotta I'm walking to the park. I'm bobbing and weaving. Oh gosh, there's a stroller. Oh, there's popping kids. Practice like you're at the park. Practice. So I'm telling you, it's cardio. What we're gonna have to do because it's gonna be the dead heat of summer when we go back. It will. Hey, Latanya, what's up, girl? Yes, you're breathing in dry air. Although in Florida it's been like 90s, so it's hot air, hot wet air. Yeah, you're like sweating in that mask. It is hard.
Yeah, it's not comfortable.
You need to get tape. Andrea, you need that double-sided tape because that means you have a leak right above here. If your glasses are fogging up, you have a major leak right up where the nose is. You need to really pinch the nose bridge part, like I have the metal piece in here. And you need to put that double-sided tape right here, like a football player. Like where it goes, like right around your mouth right here. That's where you need most, like right here on your cheeks. You need to put a lot of like double-sided tape there so you have no leak up top. Yeah. Exactly, Jill. Jill is saying, can you imagine it'd be like, oh, I know, we're all gonna be like looking crazy with a mask tan. We're gonna have this tan. Pictures, you just have to like smile with your eyes. You just smile with your eyes.
You can't even tell that we're smiling like an hour picture.
You would just. We were smiling. I was trying to do the best I could.
We were smiling. You just can't tell.
Yeah, we were trying to smile, so it wasn't working.
You can tell you guys were smiling.
We were actually smiling.
We swear. But we have to open our eyes more, I think. It's going to be interesting. I don't think they'll have photo pass then much. I mean, photo pass is part of entertainment. Or how that's gonna
Yeah.
go. I mean, everything's mobile order. So that's going to be that way. Yeah, refunds on tickets and talk about the UVC point expiring. That's a whole nother kettle of fish. Because up to right now, like, oh, that'd be interesting. And the tongs, like the tongs too, and the buffets. Buffets are going to be a thing of the past. It's going to happen. People barely use the tongs, cross-contaminate the tongs. Children grab stuff off the buffet without even using tongs. Or eating off of the buffet. We've all seen it. You know what I mean? So buffets are not going to be a no-go for sure.
No Tusker House.
But I'm not sure about that, Todd, because, okay. Oh, we talked about the UV study. Where's Mitch when I need him? We talked about the UV study because the UV study is UVA and UVB. It's UVC that kills the virus. So it's not really been proven yet because UVC lights exist in hospitals. You ever been in the hospital because you were brought in by emergency? The opening sliding glass door, they have those, like, they look like they're like lights for the mosquito lights, like they're bug zappers. That's like a UVC light. It's like, yeah. So they have them at like hospitals to sanitize and kill things, but it's UVC is what kills. The sun doesn't have a lot of, like, it's mainly UVA and UVB. So Mitch explained that to us. That, well, he debunked the study saying, no, that's not how it works, unless you're engineering man. Yes, Pecos Vixen's bars are history. Hey, Craig, how are you?
Joe, I have a question from Todd, one of our mods. He wants to know if you like the character dining better or just doing the regular meet and greets. So I guess he means as far as like working them. Like what would you rather?
I would preferred the actual meet and greet locations rather than character dining, because character dining, at times you would go around and you'd see the same families, and it's kind of like awkward when you're like, oh, I've seen you.
Yeah.
Gotta go and see you again. How are you doing? Oh, because of the rotation and everything. And sometimes you have to try and interact with them, even though like you've seen them already and they've had a photo with you. Or sometimes they say, oh, Goofy, we've seen you already. And I'm like, oh, yes.
You paid $60 for dinner. Do it again. I mean,
do you ever get people that don't want to, like, that just don't want to see you at all, that just want to eat?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Why are you dining there?
Yeah, why are they spending money?
Like, my heart, like,
leave me alone. I'm just trying to eat my meal.
I still remember my beautiful dining experience at Tusker House. It was the best day ever. I know. I think Donald was the best. He was so flirtatious that day. Although you have to come to Topolino's Terrace next time you come down. They have got it together there, but it's just Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Daisy. But they were like so. Daisy was the dancers, and it's all art. They're all artists, sculptors, and they're all artistes, right? They're dressed in this art stuff. She's the dancer. And I told her she's wearing like 80s attire. She was wearing like leg warmers and everything. I'm like, oh, Daisy, I love you. You look so flash dance. She grabs a chair, lays back like this, pulls up the wall, and goes, I died. I've never had a bad experience with Daisy. She is she's too much. I just can't with her. But like the rotation was really, really good. I don't know if that's how they're doing it now, where all the attendants had multiple, just to make sure. And it's very spacious. It's not cramped. And that, I think, is a big deal too. Like, they did a great job with seating there, because you're not like bumping into the other family or the other families in your picture, or like, it's not so cramped. And that's not going to happen now. It's going to be very spaced out.
Yeah.
But they do a good job there. They kept coming back. Multiple people would ask us if we saw everybody, if we want another picture. I'm like, they were very polite. I guess instead of sending the character over and looking crazy and didn't want to see you, like, they would ask, So it was really, really excellent. I think they did a great job there. So I was very, very happy with that. But yeah, that was the best stream ever. It was live, girl. It was on a live stream, Lauren.
Yeah.
Best day ever. Scott and Vicky were here. I would go back to Topolino's in a heartbeat. So Topolino's is now my favorite character dining.
So I have to go. I have to go, unfortunately, because my brother's going to need like all the Wi-Fi. So it was fun being on here. Great seeing you. Nice meeting you, Joe. Great seeing everybody.
Bye. All right. Do you have any other questions? I know you have questions, Peter. Do you have questions?
Have you ever gotten food spilt on you, Joe?
Yes. Yeah. In and it, yeah.
So what do? You have to like stop what you're doing and go backstage?
Yes.
Yeah, it's live, y'all. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had chocolate on my hands that I didn't think was chocolate, but it was.
Oh no! Come brown, people.
It was not.
You're like, no! Why did somebody actually smell it? I mean, I would be like,
Honestly, oh, not good.
Oh, wow.
That's another thing. You're not going to have no contact. Like if the character's not going to have any contact. Yeah. What was the worst? What was the worst thing that ever happened to you while working in entertainment? And then what was the best thing that ever happened to you? Like as far as like guest interactions, I guess.
I think the big, huge groups and those like coach trips, as we call it in the UK, like the big families and everything, and they have like personalized t-shirts. Those big groups of families, especially in Magic Kingdom, when those families came to Magic Kingdom, you knew they were going to have photos and it would last like half an hour. And I'm like, there's like a queue going outside of Storybook Circus. Yes. And I got a deadline to meet all these families, and they take up majority of the times because the grandmother wants a photo, the little toddler wants to have a photo, and sometimes it would go past Goofy's, dinner time. So that would what the big families mainly what I didn't really like. But I had some good memories with them. But I think the best would be the Make-A-Wish. The Make-A-Wish charities were always the nicest, and I have fond memories and I keep them very close to my heart.
Aww.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. What other I know like we can't really like spill the tea too much, but I know like there's a lot of just in any workplace, there's a lot of inter-office romances, those kinds of things. I mean, I guess they can't really say yay or nay. You just can't have like usually if you can't date a manager or something like that, but like because that's in every job, like the whole no, it's not like that in entertainment. You can date anybody. It's not like that.
I've heard a few stories.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, I know that's common in any, because I mean, you're putting a whole bunch of college kids together, hormones, it'll be a thing. But like, I think in most, maybe not in entertainment, but like, you're not allowed to date like a subordinate if you're a manager.
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Well, because you can't have, and it would have like favoritism. You'll be like getting all the roles and stuff, But I mean, just like anything, just. There's a lot of that back there, but it's fun. And I mean, how competitive is it? Are people like super nice back there, like in the green room or in the lunchroom or anything? Or are they more like, you can't sit with us because you're a fur character. You're not a princess or a prince. I mean, was there a lot of that, or you think everybody was pretty like really nice and very welcoming, or what was your experience? Because you were new, and you.
Mm-hmm. Like I was quite nervous meeting all the like original cast members and everything, being international. I wasn't too sure if they'd be, treat me like everyone else, which they did. But I think there was a couple of times where I worked with, surprisingly, I worked with an Alice, and she was in Dinoland. Yeah. And I worked with a Peter Pan in Dinoland. Oh. So I was like, it blew my mind almost that those could cross over, like face characters could also be fur characters, and like I didn't expect that at all, but it was nice to work with them.
Yeah, all face has to be fur first.
Yeah.
Yeah, all face has to be fur. You gotta feel the pain. the sweating, the agony. 90 degrees in Florida. Yeah.
Huh.
You have any questions, Reese? Or yeah, Peter's got.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, I mean, this is actually for Reese because Reese, like, you want to get into like like Disney entertainment.
Yeah.
You're also from the UK.
Still in
Like, I mean, you're still in high school, right? But like, do you have any questions for Joe coming from the UK? And becoming part of like Disney cast.
So you want a guy who likes parades? This guy right here.
Yeah, this guy.
Parades,
yeah. He's Mr. Move It, Shake It.
That's cool, Dwayne. We need to go out in the sunshine. Let's do it.
Yeah. So Reese, what would be your dream job there if you got into like entertainment?
Character attendant. I think that's what I think. What would you?
I don't know really. Maybe a character attendant.
I can see it going. Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be in the parade or the shows or anything?
I don't know. Maybe.
Audition in the UK. You do it. They audition at home. He auditioned back home. They don't. That it's also like if you're, height does help, and boys are. I think it's easier for boys. They need boys,
Yeah, the better advantage boys do. Yeah, certainly.
Yeah. Wow.
There's 1,000 girls for every boy entertainment person. There's a ton of girls. Every girl.
What girl doesn't want to be a Disney princess?
Right, or a dancer. Like every girl went to dance. I mean, everybody. So.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, Dwayne. We need to go to Disney. Hey, if sunlight, we got plenty of sunlight. It was like 90-something degrees today. Have you ever fallen or anything awkward like that? Pulling a little dopey, falling off the fan. Nothing crazy like that. I hope you didn't have any injuries. Like you didn't have any experiences like that. You were good. You never tripped, fell. Good. That's a good thing. Yes. Oh, there you go. Reese can be Peter Pan.
Reese can be Peter Pan, yeah.
He might be too tall for that. How tall is Peter? Who's that?
Peter Pan can also be friends with Pluto.
Oh, heard. Yes, there you go.
Oh.
And he's big up Festival of Fantasy sitting there.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so it's the Hey Andrea. There we go. We got Real Kite Wives of Epcot Forever in the house. We were talking about Tuesday. We did virtual Thank the Phoenicians Tuesday. I cried like a baby during the fireworks. I lost it. I was crying the rest of the night. I was a mess.
Yeah, that was very sad.
It was very emotional. We did
That was very emotional.
And then it was the last Epcot Forever. And I was with the Kite Wives, and it was the perfect show because Brett and all they knew where we were, so we were showing off, and it was a perfect show. 12 up, 12 down. It was perfect. And yes, that's awesome. Yeah, we're Tuesdays. We're still going to do virtual Thank the Phoenicians Tuesday. So we're going to go to Epcot, and Mondays are the same thing. We're going to try to keep those the same.
Yeah, have lobster bisque.
Yes, the lobster bisque. Yes, we're biscuing. Yes, we're biscuing on Tuesday. I wish we had lobster bisque right now.
Joe, when's your next trip back to Florida?
Really, whenever immigration opens, really. On the first flight.
Nice.
Yeah, and you're gonna apply. You're gonna try to apply for the for the CP because that's when you could do the year this time. So
yeah.
You said you could only do it once in your life, right? The CRP, you're only allowed to do it.
You can. It's changed, I think. You're only able to do it once, and that would be it. But you can reapply a year after.
Oh, that's good.
That's how it goes now. But Australians, they have 1 year, and then after that 1 year, they can't go back and work there again.
Oh, they have to skip off? Okay. Your country's immigration, I guess. That's cool. Yeah, no, because I would love to have you back, and this time for a longer bit of time.
Yeah, I'd like that too.
Because it's expensive. So,
Yeah.
Tanya sent us a super sticker.
Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you, Tanya.
It's going to be a mask fund. I'm telling you. I just keep buying stuff on the internet. More elastic. I need more elastic.
I think Adam Hatton, who's the UK vlogger, did the CRP. Didn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he in the UK pavilion?
He
Or
was
was
He's
in
a
the
great
UK
guy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Wow.
I know. I'm gonna find the name. Oh, I think it's up there. That one with my pin on it. Oh, we're breaking out traditions hats. I got mine upstairs. It's so good. Bring Joe back. Yes. Well, you have it. I always say once a cast member, you're always a cast member. You know, that's like yeah.
Oh my God.
First, you know, we watched Happily Ever After at the train tracks. We would have ice cream at the hub. We had our super duper photo shoot with Pam up down Main Street, you know, doing our little Main Street pictures. They're just such good memories. It was such a good time. Yeah, we need to go back. Yes, Goofy, yes.
This is someone, a guest, I think it was a Make-A-Wish family, gave me this. The little boy drew it for me and told me to keep it.
That's awesome. You can bring your, cast members little gifts. A lot of people do that, whether it be thank you, like business cards or little cards or some kind of keepsake that you give them. That is fantastic. That's not, that's something you could just, they appreciate that. Every little thing they appreciate. Because, for every crazy screaming guest, you only remember the good ones too. They work so hard. They have
the good ones.
You have to have their pants on for sure. Do you have any other questions for Joe? I know you guys are teeming with questions. Fire it up. None? Really?
Reese, come on, Reese. I feel like that's a great opportunity for.
I'm trying to think.
He went through all of it. But you did think the summer was too short, right? But like the summer programs, it's very expensive, but very short. It's short because it's
very
only
short and very expensive.
And you have to work.
And my sister is meant to be going out this summer to do the cultural exchange program, but she received an email on dorms that it wasn't going ahead. So
are they going to have a chance to reapply? Will they get first dibs on the next round, like next summer or something?
CRP, because I have a few friends who went out there and they worked in merchandise in Epcot, and they think they had about a month or 2 months, and then they had to come back. But I think they can go back once everything's back open.
Okay, Tanya's asking you, what was your most magical moment during your college program? Sure, there was a lot of good memories and a lot of.
I think the whole experience was special to me because it was like once in a lifetime opportunity, and especially like working in a role such as entertainment and everything, and bringing happiness to so many families, and having that memory of yourself just. It's kind of like a pinch me moment. Sometimes I have to pinch myself and think, oh my gosh, you were actually there. You were actually like a cast member. Yeah.
And you did that. Like you did that, Yeah. No, it is.
Was it sad going home?
Yeah. It was sad saying goodbye to Jen. It was sad saying goodbye to Jen.
Yeah, it is sad. It's a lot of, we cry all the time at Disney. We're always emotional. It was sad to say goodbye. Yeah, we did do a lot of good stuff. We had a good time, and it's like, I don't know when that's going to happen. I mean, yeah.
So if you do the CRP, you don't have to be in school. That's just for anybody.
No, that's just for anyone over 18.
I see.
Plus, you already did a program. You would think you would get a better chance, but I know so.
Yeah, you stand a better chance because you have experience already working there.
You've already done. Yeah, you've already done the program. So that's why you just got to prepare. That's something you definitely want to do is you got to plan where you think you're going to go. Are you still in contact with all your roommates and your coworkers like they used to?
We have when you said house party, we have there's an entertainment one. There's like a Dino Land posse, we like to call it. We have like house party chats and everything, and
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Sweet.
house party's a savior.
It is.
It really is. I just wish we could fit more than 8 people in a room.
I know.
Yeah,
It's a paid option, but it does suck up a lot of like bandwidth and power. You got to keep your phone.
Oh yeah, the power that it
You have to keep
holds.
switching because it's like sucks up all the power. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really saved our lives. Like honestly, that's good. That's so good that you've kept in contact with everybody. What Disney snack or food do you miss the most, or anything like edible, like food wise?
thinking Main Street confectionery, my go-to there would always be the peanut butter chocolate chip cookie. I think it is.
Yeah,
Ooh,
those are good.
that sounds good.
Yeah, we've been eating jammy Dodgers and
Yes, we have been.
and fruit pastels because those fruit pastels are my jam. I made myself sick and ate all that sugar, but I ate those 2 bags in less than 24 hours. And like I had my pack of Jamie Dodgers, and Rob got his bag of Jamie Dodgers. But I love the UK Pavilion. The UK sweets are my favorite.
Oh. Scott just sent me like 10 questions to ask.
Yeah, they sell it at Publix here, so we were able to get them at the grocery store. They're not just Epcot because it was. You got more? You got more here? Or you forgot?
Scott just sent me like 10 full questions to ask here. So
Go ahead, go, fire it up.
let's see. How did your love for Disney start, and how old were you the first time you came here?
Disney, I think, all started with the VHS watching Lion King as a kid. As like an infant. That was my first Disney memory. And then I think I went to the Euro Disney as a child and spent my birthday there. And I hadn't been to like Disney World Florida until 2016. I think that was my first experience. And I was like, I need to work here.
Yeah.
No doubt. Like, I need to be here. And it was only when I was in university, I found out about the Disney Cultural Exchange Program.
That's awesome. How difficult is it for UK residents to come to Walt Disney World? Is it like a hard trip to plan because of?
Or
They choose over 10,000 applicants, easily over 2,000 applicants for the first round, and then they shorten them down to as much as they can. And then they shorten it again after the first interview to go to London, the Disney Hammersmith headquarters for the final interview. And then if you make that interview, you're golden. And then it's the visa process, then the medical insurance and all types of insurance, and then booking flights.
that's right.
So there's a lot to pay out for it for the amount of time you have over there.
Paying, give or take, because I know Peter's friend paid 10 grand to be here.
Yeah, he came from like Guatemala, and he had to pay. It was through like Michigan State University, and that's who like hosted them. But he was in what's the name of the dorm that he was in? I can't remember.
Vista, Patterson, Commons.
I think it was Patterson. I think.
I was in Patterson. Woohoo, Patterson.
Oh really?
Is that where all the international go?
Maybe that's for international people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
All right.
That makes
That's
sense.
the more nicer ones anyway, so why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Speak.
Reese, do you have any questions or?
Jump in if you do.
Yeah, jump in before I start asking all these other ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there anything Reese should be doing now while he's still in high school in order to prepare for that? Like maybe courses or things that he needs to bulk up his resume so he is a better candidate?
I mean, keep going at what you're doing about like watching the streams and everything, so you're more familiar with like the types. If you go into merchandise, you're familiar with like the shops and everything, and you can watch the cast members and how they interact with the guests and everything like that, and how they showcase themselves. And if you're in food and beverage, just know the types of food that they sell in that particular like location and that park.
Those are good advice. Good advice.
That's good advice. Yeah.
And that's something Reese can definitely do. He's good at that. He watches a lot of the streams and And I mean, even you see the character attendants at Move It Shake It, they dance too, and you already know all those moves.
Yeah, Reese, you could totally be in the shows.
Yeah. I would aim high, definitely, like audition.
Yeah.
They're still gonna, if they still like you, they're still going to offer you a position, even if you didn't get a role. Like you could have you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, like your choices, like your your preferences. Yeah, they give you preferences. Hey Philip, Maury's in the house. We've got Jeff and Reese here today, so it's the British invasion today.
The British invasion.
Come on, Peter. You got more questions? You got any questions for
I
Joe?
do have more. So was the CP program everything that you had expected, or like was it what you thought it was going to be, or was it better or worse, or what you thought?
Well, I had like an inkling of what to expect because I had friends before doing the previous program of it, and he kind of convinced me to like apply, and I had to apply. And it was everything like he had told me and more, because I never knew I would meet so many different people from like different countries and everything like that, and have those memories with them. And just to have pen pals really, and lifelong long distance friendships and everything. That's what I always look for.
I always think that once a cast member, always a cast member. It's
exactly.
Elite fraternity or sorority of people, and that's something you're always going to say that you did. You know,
kind of like
a cast member. It's very hard. You know, it's either you know exactly, but it's not as easy as you think. It's hard to get hired. Even friends from mine that were at Universal had a hard time getting into Disney. Some of them didn't, but I thought with like me coaching them, they would all get a job, but it's not as easy as you think. You know, it's very hard. You know, yeah.
So is your dream to move here or work for Disney full time?
If they accepted international people, yes.
Oh,
but
so
I don't know how
they don't accept
it
international
works on a long-term basis.
Oh.
You would have to immigrate to because they have to sponsor you then, and that
because you would have to.
And that's the long process.
Yeah, I mean, the only people, not only, but the most people that come to the United States, like through sponsorship, are usually healthcare workers, nurses, doctors, like because that's what we need. There's a need, but the hospital or Disney would have to pay for the sponsorship, the visa. It's expensive, so like, they would have to pay for all of that. It would have to be a role that they really, really, really need and can only can't outsource. Yeah. It has to be because don't you have somebody who's a contract in your location? Because Peter works in the Celebration location. You know, he's more in the.
Oh yeah, we have contractors.
Because they have contractors though, but I mean, they can go for a year and a half. You're like long contracts, right?
Yeah.
Not like it's short contracts. You could do it that way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're in a position that they need somebody, but it is pricey for the company to do, you know. And then immigrating to the United States is very, very hard. I mean, I would do it if you're while you're a single person, not married, no kids.
Yeah.
You know. You know, it's very hard to get, but you have to prove you have a degree, you can have a job, you're not going to be strained on the economy. It's very hard to come into the country the regular way, but people do it. A lot of my nurses are the ones that I know a lot, and obviously my family many generations back are joining the military. That's another one. Join the Navy. You know, that's what my grandparents did. That's why my family's here. Join the military. They recruit a lot of Navy people from the islands. You know. But yeah, it's hard. You have to prove you have a job, a degree. You can make your own money. You have money in the bank. Or like nurses, a lot of Canadian nurses that I know immigrated to the United States, but we need nurses, that kind of thing, you know. Any other questions, Peter? I knew you had 10. Did you go through all 10 already?
Oh, does Disneyland Resort have this program as well, or is it only World?
I think it's only World. Yeah.
Oh,
they don't do international at the Disneyland smaller program too. Small. Yeah. It's hard in Disneyland, and it's expensive. It's California, honey. It's pricey. I think it's only like $300 for Americans to come. I mean, that's just the fee. that doesn't include, I think, like your, buying your sheets or your Walmart trip. That's where the money comes in. You can't bring your suitcase, right, from the UK, so you can't bring your pots, your pans, your bed butters, your sheets. You have
Speaking of the UK, what's the most annoying thing that you found living here and for 3 months? The most annoying thing that you found that Americans do that British people don't do? Like, anything like that? Like you were like, wow, these Americans are like idiots. Like, like what are they doing?
Putting their kids on trash cans? What?
I think sometimes like the main thing I can think of would be their spelling, and they'd be like color and COLOR isn't American, but British is like COLOUR. You know? So I think the spelling, it was kind of like transitioning the spelling, and sometimes like the spelling mainly. And because they didn't have any of like my British favorite foods, like in the Rose and Crown, I was like ordering like all these. I had like a bucket list of what I wanted from like the Rose and Crown and everything. And I did hear great things about the fish and chips, but it just didn't really live up to my standards.
Really,
the British standards. I don't quite know. But I would say the spelling was a bit
universal when you're here, because they have a lot of British food at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and I think their food is excellent. Like at the Wizarding, their universal food is delicious. I think sometimes it's cheaper and it's actually better, like quality. I think their quick service food is usually traditionally just tasty.
So, well, if you could change the UK pavilion to be more like UK, like what you like what would you add to the menu? Like,
right, what would you add?
How would you change it to more mimic, UK?
Right.
I think I'd offer more kind of. That's difficult because, like, the British Pavilion is lovely and everything, and it's a good representation. But I think the menu kind of does need to be updated ever so slightly, and more improvements to be made and everything, because they do miss out quite a few British dishes. I can't quite remember from the top of my head, but I remember when I went, there was like few dishes that I have at home that I couldn't get over there.
I've actually never eaten at Rose and Crown, but
I mean, Raglan Road is, I know, Ireland, but they have like their food is delicious. And representative of, you know what I mean? But their food is really good. They've been around for a long time. But
what is your favorite American food that you miss? It doesn't have to be Disney. It's just like American food that you miss.
American food.
Because we hear it from Reese every day that we have the best food over here, and UK has nothing.
We've been eating junk, and we've
been eating like fast food. So like
on the COVID-19, not the quarantine 15. We're rolling out the door, and he's always like, "What do you?" And we're always talking about what food we eat, so we all kind of influence our food choices.
Yeah.
Popeye's chicken sandwich, Chick-fil-A. And he's like, "We don't have that in the UK." Arby's. So recently,
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A and Wendy's, big time. After like every shift and everything, I'd be like, Chick-fil-A, let's go.
I have another British friend who he loves Wendy's and he loves Chick-fil-A. Like that's what he wants to go to. Like when it comes to America.
I don't have that. I just told Reese they had Taco Bell in London. You need to go to eat Taco Bell. So I'm like, it's like we only have KFC and McDonald's. It's so boring.
True.
You don't have Dunkin' Donuts. You have like Baskin Robbins ice cream. You don't have Dunkin' Donuts. So,
Wendy's and Chick-fil-A are really
delicious, Well, and then Four Rivers Barbecue, that's the whole thing that I know, like, I don't know if you were able to go in the short time that you were here, but there's two close to Disney, but that's the best barbecue, like American barbecue in town. Because they just opened the Regal Eagle over at, it's the old quick service at American Pavilion at the UK. So,
Philip says our portions are too big over here.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that? Like American portions are too big?
That's what.
That's like going back to your last question about like what I don't really like about Americans. Yeah, portion, I think, because I order like in McDonald's and Walmart a medium, and it comes out like that, like a bucket, and I'm like,
And that's not even a super size. It's just
yeah.
It's not a super size. It's true. It's true, Philip. Natalie says that all the time. A lot of Canadian, because I know they're part of the Commonwealth, they always say, American portions are ridiculous. They're huge. Like, who are you trying to feed? A family of 4? A lot of Canadians say that.
Yeah. I mean, that explains a lot about America.
Yeah. I guess if we would just control the portions, like
honestly, that could work. I mean, if we controlled our portions,
you are what you eat. So yeah.
Apparently, I remember when I worked at like Tusker House, and the cooks would bring out like massive dishes of food and everything, and I'm like, this isn't as much as there's quite a few people in here. That's not gonna fit around most of us.
Americans will find a way to make it fit.
Yeah.
They're like, what was your favorite place to eat? And I know you didn't have a chance to do a lot of stuff because you were working. I mean, and that's another thing people need to be aware of, that if you're on a college program,
you
how
to work.
much you work in a week? You're there to work, honey. You're not there to hang out the park,
no.
carouse on the grass.
No.
You work 40 hours.
2 days off a week.
How many?
2 days off a week.
2 days off a week. That's and he would work all the way. Sometimes you'd make it right for happily ever after, but right over there, he wasn't even able to see happily after till almost towards the end because he was working so much. Because you have 2 days off in a week and you're working long days. You're working at least 40 hours a week, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So,
was it hard getting around without a car? Because I know that my friend hated that he couldn't drive over here because he had to take the bus, and he would say it would take 2 hours to get from the Disney dorms to work.
I know buses. I know they had buses to take you to the Walmart or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you had cars, or how did you end up going to the store? Your roommates had cars? Or?
One of my roommates had a car because he lived within the Florida radius. But usually we rely on Ubers if the buses didn't arrive. The cast member buses, Ubers were there instantly. There was just one round the corner and it would arrive. So Ubers were top notch.
Yeah, that's all together with the costs and stuff.
And he would say it would take an hour to get down the street. Use the Disney. The Disney bus.
It's not. No, they're newer buses, but they're newer. They got newer buses now, but I know they still break down. They you gotta get ready, go to work 2 hours before your shift because you're working at Magic or somewhere. You gotta put on. You gotta go to costuming, then you gotta drive into Magic Kingdom, just like 2 buses.
Yeah,
buses on buses. So you can't be late. You gotta make sure they're early. So Reese, these are things you have to consider. You got to make friends with people with cars or Uber. Yes. Any other questions? These are great questions.
How did you like living in the Disney dorms?
I loved it because in the UK, especially at university and college, we don't have any roommates. So just to experience that was kind of what I see on films, in colleges and everything. It kind of lived up to my expectations. So I was like, okay, so this is what it's like. Okay. At times it was quite difficult because of the roommate situation and everything. Some nights he would work nights and he'd come in late, and then sometimes I'd be in bed. So that was the difficult part of it, really. But it was cool. There was a pools, a gym. The housing events are epic, especially the graduation.
DCP graduation is huge, and they had events for cast members that only for DCP specifically. They have parties on the lawn, barbecues where characters show up and everything. unique activities that only DCP get to do. They go to the Mickey's retreat. They do a bunch of different things, that they get to do that only like DCP people get to do, college program. So that's really, really, really worth it. And I would take advantage of every activity that they have.
Oh yeah.
That's something unique to you. Or if you're a more educational person, there's Disney University courses. If you had time in your busy with the class, you certainly can do that too. There's a lot of, I would definitely take advantage of all the activities. Why not? Yeah, they're very nice, like apartment complexes, but it is also like Fort Knox. It's very.
Oh yeah, I couldn't even drive in to like drop my friend off. I had to drop him off outside the gate. The gate, yeah.
You couldn't pick up Amber when you had to pick her up to go to Universal that day. They're like, no, because you have to sign in your parents' big rigmarole. So it's like, I'll meet you outside. They
you gotta meet outside the gate.
Yeah, it is. It is like Fort Knox. You can't be in each other's door past 2 in the morning. Like it is. They could do random checks because some of them are under 21. So they can run around and do inspections if you have naughty substances in your, like they can do random checks at any time.
I guess that makes sense because Disney is responsible for them. I mean, and like some of them are 18 to 21, which
right. Like they try to make sure they're all 21, but if you're in an underage dorm, you better not have any naughty things in your dorm because you will be termed, and if you're termed, that means that's not good. You hear the term termed, something bad happened. They were naughty. Or you can self-term. That's a whole different thing. And that happens, I guess, to some people that it wasn't what they expected. There's always one or two. You know what I mean? Like their people are just like, they're not used to being away from home, from mom and dad and their family. They miss them, and they're not used to working this much.
Yeah.
Is your Disneyland? Yeah. Oh, Rosalie, I guess you've been here a long time. I thought you knew that. Yeah. Yeah. No, Disneyland is my first park. I grew up in California when I was very young, so Disneyland is my first park. Come here, sweetie. Come here.
Joe, if you could do any job at Disney, what would it be?
What would it be? Oh, please, Walker. Sorry, I'm a bad mother. All right.
I wouldn't change entertainment for the world.
You would stay in entertainment.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you study musical theater. Would you like to do more of the shows and parade, like more singing and like dancing, or do you like doing like character stuff? Or
I like the both really. I wouldn't mind a chance of like Fantasmic because that's my favorite.
Oh, that would be
evening
fun.
Show, and I went there like at least twice a week, maybe if I could fit it in.
Yeah.
If I was working like at Hollywood Studios on the rare occasion, I'd always check into Fantasmic and everything. But yeah, Fantasmic parades and shows for sure.
Yeah.
I have a few.
It has all the UK snacks over there.
Okay.
Yes, Jumpy Dodgers.
There was a big pack at Publix that went crazy. The ginger nuts are my favorite. But
Yeah.
I bought this big pack thinking there was 2 of them in there. They hornswoggled me, and they only gave me 1 pack. So I was like, I need a big pack of ginger nuts. Like they're ginger. Those are so delicious. I think that's my favorite British cookie. Then Jamie Dodgers. Rob likes Jamie Dodgers. But theirs are so good. Yes, I've eaten at the Blue Bayou before. I did grow up in California, so that was my very, very first start. Yeah.
I feel like we've bombarded Joe with questions.
Yeah.
No. If you have any more, keep them coming.
But like, do you have any questions for us? Like for like, do you have any questions for me or Jen or Reese, who also lives in the UK? If you have any specific questions, I want to give you a chance. I feel like I keep asking so many questions.
No, I like these questions.
Yeah, what's your opinion, or what are you feeling about all the things I need to keep up on the Disney news, especially Walt Disney World, with everything that's going on? What do you think? What are your thoughts on all the possible changes to the theme parks? Because this is a hot button topic right now. Everybody wants to know what's going to happen when the parks open. Come here, Mom. Come here, sweetie.
I think with dining, I can only like Tusker House, I think, because it's so tight knit. like the tables especially so close together. So I think they'll reduce the tables for sure, and the amount of people that can be invited inside and everything for sure when it comes to dining. And I think meeting characters, I think they'll cut down on the amount of characters they can allow, and especially with the queues as well.
Right.
There'll be like a 2-meter gap between, at least, so I think that's all I have at the moment. Like, I don't know any further updates in terms of like my friends.
Like, because it was basically, they had talked about it today, and I know a lot of everybody talked about it, because Universal sent a questionnaire. All of those things are going to apply to Disney too. Like, they sent it to pass holders, and said, are you going to be okay wearing a mask? Are you okay getting your temperature checked? What about a rapid COVID test? And I think most people, Tim and Jen's video is discussing that today. So if you guys haven't seen their vid, it was about all of those things that we had talked about. It's basically the questionnaire. Like, are you going to be okay with that? So that's going to be our new normal. Like, we really, really have to be used to wearing masks. So, and Rob also made a good point, because, he's in healthcare. Who's administering these tests? Because what if we mess up? Getting a COVID test is not comfortable. I told people what it was, because people need to know what it is, because you're going to be subjected to a medical procedure. It's a giant Q-tip that goes up your nose. So I know, Lisa's like, no, that's what it is. So that's a question. And, like, how are they going to police that? Do you have a mask? Maybe when you pay for parking, they want to double check you have your mask. You have, everything that you need. Are you going to be required to go to work? I don't know. All these logistical things are going to have to change. Like, I think most people agree that security needs to be changed. I'm just wanting the x-ray machines. That's my big complaint. This will really help out is if we buy the x-ray machines that Universal does. The way they do their security is just like the airport. Everybody goes to a metal detector. You just put your backpack in the bin. Nobody opens your backpack or dig through it unless they think there's something bad there. But, at Disney, they're all in there with their hands digging through your stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's going to have to change, because they're not changing gloves or washing hands in between bags. So I don't know how that's going to work. I'm sure it's an investment, but that's one way to be touch-free, because they're going to do, they're talking about mobile ordering. They're going to do touch-free pay for everything. But how do you do touch-free security is an x-ray machine. Is the only way to do it. But I don't know. It'll be some Mickey Mouse test. Yes, we might be, it's a giant Q-tip. And then people may not, I'm sure there's going to be things you can sign that you're going to have to sign off saying, I consent to all of these things.
Or I don't consent.
Yeah, are you going to be one of the first people to go there, or would you be more cautious? Are you be like, well, let's go see everybody else get sick first before we go? Let's see if Jen and Peter can get sick first, and Tanya, to make sure.
Yeah, we'll be there opening morning with our masks on.
I know. I would have to be there. I'm going to be there before anybody else. I said I get to go to Magic to Disney World before anybody else, because I'll be going to train for work, I hope.
Yeah, Philip has a good question, and this is what we've actually asked before. If you test positive and then you get turned away, how are other guests going to react? They're around you.
Well, they might have to do it. You have to wait in the car. Maybe do the test at the TTC, where you pay to get parking, swab, go, and then you can't get out of your car till you get a phone call. Because that would be the only.
It's 15 minutes per test.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. You would have to either wait in your car, or, like I said, it's hard logistically at Disney because we're so wide open, and I don't know how they would do it. At the parks, maybe not everybody get out of the car, or the resort guests that aren't driving. How would they corral them? Maybe they would do it at the resort or something. So there's going to be a lot of different things to consider. It's a huge.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to navigate.
Fun to navigate. It's going to take you an hour to get into the park. I would just say give yourself an hour before you actually need to be there, because it's going to take an hour with testing and security. I don't think they'll even let you go through security until you pass your test first.
Yeah.
Test. And, SeaWorld was doing that before the shutdown. They were the only ones wiping down the rides, you know, because nobody else was doing it. Like, honestly, like we didn't see it at the Disney, we didn't see it at Universal towards the end, but they weren't wiping down rides. They weren't. Like, they were just doing, like, yeah, they weren't going to do that. Yeah,
because we were at the Mardi Gras, which was basically only like 2 or 3 weeks this year because of this whole thing. We didn't even get to really,
though, because at least we had Mardi Gras food, and I didn't get enough flower and garden food either.
We didn't do flower and garden.
We did a couple times, but not enough. Like, I thought I had more time.
I'm just happy I got my magnet.
Exactly. I want my Orangeburg magnet. And you see how cute it is? I don't know if anybody saw the magnet. It is a I got my other magnet, but we all want her. We're like, are they lonely? Are those magnets lonely right now? Do they need refrigerators to be stuck on? But that's the Passholder magnet. It's very cute. It's the Orangeburg one. And he's never been on a magnet before. So Donald we were able to get, but Orangeburg has never been on a magnet. So everybody's like, I need it. Oh, there you go. Philip said that in the UK, they are suggesting that people are tested and the result will be placed on their smartphone. This way people can be traced. True. Yeah. I mean, they would have to cover the cost maybe as part of the, you know, as part of the ticket, maybe. I don't know, but I don't know. There's so many different things that because there's also such a thing as HIPAA, the Health Information Privacy Protection Act, that nobody's really like privy to your medical information. They would have to sign a release. That's kind of like, you can't just call and ask for my medical record consent. Like, that's the law here in America. It's a thing. So yeah, I really don't know. You're lost in your you know, so I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Are you going to be okay with that? Or are you going to be like, don't touch me. I don't want to touch the nose. You know, what would you do? I mean, Reese, are going to be okay? You're going to be like me. Like, I'll do whatever. What do you want? I have to test cast members too. That's what they're saying. Team members and cast members tested every day. Like, because you could take a test and 1 minute later somebody sneezed on you, you're contaminated, you know?
Yeah.
And then they said everybody wears a mask. It's just going to be like crazy, you know? And obviously we always constantly wash our hands anyway. Restaurants are just going to be weird. We're not going to be capacity. It's not going to be funny. Like, you only have like 3 people at the bar. You know, it's going to be crazy. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting transition. I mean, there's just so many unknowns, and there could be a resurgence because if you start opening too soon, like in Jacksonville, because Floridians are crazy. We'll see if they're okay because they opened the beach. I guess they weren't like the first few hours they weren't policing people. The next day, a lot of Jacksonville people saying that they were, no, you can't sunbathe. Like, you can't just lay out and have a party and go drinky at the beach. You have to like jog, swim, like you have to be doing like a physical activity. There's no congregating because you saw there's pictures and they were like going nuts. Yes, yeah, we had talked about that earlier in the stream that it's going to probably open Rosalie in portions that it's going to be locals first. I assume anybody with a Florida ID is a local. So we're going to do that first. And then if you don't have a Florida ID because you were not in your 30-day or the DMV closed because you're supposed to get a new license within 30 days of moving into the state, you have to prove like a utility bill or something that you have an address here because that's usually how people do it. Or, you know, like bills that you pay bills here, utilities, you know, whatever it may be, you would have to do that, you know, and then pass holders, I would think. If the borders are open, because even states are not open. Like, you can't come from New York. Like, now they have although the other day I was driving and there was a ton in New York and it wasn't very far drive. I had to go to the doctor's office, which was causing me so much anxiety to drive there. Yeah, I've become like agoraphobic. I think we all have, you know, because we don't leave our houses. And I was seeing New York and New Jersey plates. So I'm like, they don't have to pass the border no more. I'm like, I thought you couldn't come in, you know? So, you know, I'm going to be okay over there at California and Disneyland. You guys already are open. You guys already heard what you guys are doing. We haven't heard anything. We just got furloughed. So all of us just got furloughed on Sunday. So I got my last check from Disney today, Thursday. Every paycheck comes Thursday. So, you know, so that was my last check today from Disney. So basically, yeah, we're starting this weekend that was the last check. So yeah, it was weird. No, it's the 23rd. Like we should have been. I got another check. It was so weird. I'm like, you know, little tiny check. What I guess. Yeah, I don't. I'm good with the same principle. You guys are already starting. Yeah, it depends on your state. I don't know if California started to rehire already. That's kind of. But yeah, no, I haven't heard anything in Disney World. I don't think we just got furloughed, so I don't think we're there yet. We have another month of this on the minimum, I think. So, what do you guys think? You think June 1st, Peter, or no?
I think June 1st. I think they're gonna have to do something. I really like the whole spring break was a complete wipeout this year. I mean, they can't go through all of summer and not have the parks open like at all. You know, there has to be some recoup here. You know, summer's like the next biggest time. I think, you know, spring break and summer are like what pays the bills all year.
Well, it's actually Christmas. You know.
Oh, Christmas too?
Yeah, summer is just what we because it's summer. But the busiest time of year is always, you know, Halloween. It's, you know,
Christmas to, yeah.
Because of the weather. The most expensive high season prices are Christmas prices.
Yeah.
Expensive time of year to come to Disney. You know, we need to, that's why we didn't do a party pass. That was explained to me that we don't need to do that. It sells out. As soon as like those dates come out for the Christmas party, they sell out.
Yeah.
I mean, and cast members get very limited dates that they can get discounts on because they did a party pass this year, Joe. So I don't know if you heard about that they actually did. Like you could pay $300 and go to any Halloween party except for Halloween. So it was like, yeah, totally. I went to like parties. I went to 28 parties. Like
it was fun.
We had a good time, you know.
It was great. I love those parties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're definitely going to be wearing the mask for sure. That's going to be your new normal. You guys are just joining us. We've gone through those points that, you know, temperature checks multiple times, just like in Shanghai, masks, social distancing, marks on the floor, decreased attendance anywhere from 25 to 50%. Same thing with restaurants. So mobile pay for everything. So like Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, whatever pay you got to do to like not touch things. Todd wants to know what the latest is on the cruise lines.
Well, that's what I'm hoping because Friday, like tomorrow, we're supposed to hear from the whole tourism industry in Florida, which I'm assuming includes the cruise lines.
Right.
Like,
Josh is in that committee.
Yeah, I mean, right. Like, yeah, I mean, Josh is in there and
Josh tomorrow, the president of Walt Disney.
Josh, yeah. But I think like right now, most cruises are canceled through May. Mm-hmm. So I think they're maybe following the same timeline as maybe Disney is, like for June. So
wasn't Canada canceled all the way till June too? Because they weren't accepting anybody till July.
Oh yeah, that was specifically for those sailings up there. The thing about cruises that's different than Disney is they're going to islands and places that maybe aren't like fully recovered. So that's kind of scary because, you know, like at least we're in the United States where things are controlled, but like we don't know how the Bahamas is handling this. I mean,
I have the resources.
Right. Like we don't know, you know, so I don't know. Like that's what makes me a little worried about the cruises is going to these other places outside of the United States.
Right.
Like I may just not get off the ship, honestly. I'll just stay on the ship.
You don't have to get off the ship.
You don't have to get off. I mean, you don't have to get off, but it's just that you'll be around people that have gotten off, unfortunately. But yeah, the more I'm thinking about it, the more nervous I'm getting, actually.
What? Oh no! Yeah, Scott just sent me a dailymail.uk article.
Scott did?
Scott did, saying that, oh yeah, breaking news. Disney theme parks are unlikely to open their gates until 2021. Tell me now.
Disney theme parks, what?
It says Disney's theme parks are unlikely to open their gates again until 2021, according to analysts.
Oh, that's being dramatic. That's no.
I know.
That's dramatic.
Experience here. I'm like, what does it say here? I'm trying to read if there's anything like, interesting or rational.
Yeah.
Vaccine. That's 12 to 18 months from now.
Yeah. The vaccine is in 2021, but I don't think it's gonna.
This is it says it's a financial analysis of Disney by investment banking group UBS in a report called The Eye of the Storm. It says the Walt Disney Company announced in April it was ceasing to pay the staff. We got furloughed to save $500 million a month after a 5-week shutdown due to the coronavirus, impacting more than 50% of its workforce. Okay, but I want to see what they're actually analyzing here. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, they're telling us stuff that we already know.
What's the analyzing here? What do we?
Despite online bookings for Disney World still being advertised as early as June 1st, experts warned that theme parks and others may not receive any business until 2021 because of the pandemic. Well, that's why they're going to open it to locals. We're ready to go. Because the borders are closed. I get it. They're not going to open the borders. Like people from other countries can't come. The timeline would seem to tie in with the predictions by the scientific community that the coronavirus vaccine will take some 18 months to develop, plus the strict social distancing rules. Yes, but they said experts advising the British government on the matter say that the only true exit strategy is a vaccine or a cure. The economic recession, plus the need for social distancing, new health precautions, and the lack of travel and crowd aversion are likely to make this business less profitable until there is widely accessible vaccine. That's true. People don't have jobs. They don't have extra money. People don't even have money to buy food right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not going to profit until a while, but I think they'll still open, though.
We're in a recession.
Yeah, they just may not profit as much.
It says that the Disney parks could regain their recent operating cadence in less than 18 months, coinciding with the earliest expectation of a vaccine. I guess that's what they said. Some experts believe that Disney's June restart could be possible, though attendance will be down. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Wait, they're what you said?
They said that the Disney restart is possible, though attendance will be down. That's fine. I'm okay having a nice park to myself.
Yeah, well, that's fine. We'll have an empty park. That's okay.
Yeah, exactly. You have to assume that international visitors will not be the first ones to come back. Oh, there's JP Morgan. Analyst there. She's a news site to Barron's. This is a UK article. Yeah, but isn't the Daily Mail a tabloid? I mean, are they actually like respectable, or is it kind of like hot gossip and fake news? Reputable news source.
That seems like our Daily Inquirer, which is
just saying that, international customers are only 20% of the footfall. Other guests will likely be financially strapped to further impact attendance. Well, yeah, people have no disposable income, because if you haven't been working through this, people don't know that you're not essential. People haven't been working. We have a 4.3% unemployment in Orlando alone right now because nobody theme park is working. And Disney is the largest single site employer anywhere. So none of us are working. Okay, they're not telling me anything that I don't really know. Temperature checks, blah, blah, blah. Well, what you analyze? Just the people that don't have disposable income, and the borders are closed, which we knew already. So anyway, that was what they thought. I mean, I didn't find anything new and exciting here that I didn't already know or you didn't already know. But they actually said that there is 22 million Americans out of work in the last 4 weeks, and Disney's unpaid workforce is now part of that, which is huge. There were 80,000 cast members employed at Walt Disney World. So, yeah, I mean, it was nothing life-changing. Oh, no.
Just these specialists speculating on when they think the park's going to reopen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're just saying that that makes sense. Just the recession, people don't have disposable income, and the borders are closed, and people aren't going to travel. You ain't getting on a plane. You're not getting a visa. Immigration is closed right now, so you cannot get a travel visa. Nothing. So, Yeah, even if they want people back in the parks. Hey, Ruby Shooby, look, we found Joe.
Hello, Ruby. Hello.
Yay. Yeah, Epcot will be somewhat done or done. No, honey, no one's working. Not even construction.
They stopped construction.
No, they're, huh?
Didn't they stop construction on most parts?
I'll make sure you guys follow BioReconstruct on Twitter because he's the one that does all the aerial photographs.
Oh, I didn't show you this. I actually meant to tell you this today, Jen. Universal filed a patent for their own Skyliner.
Ooh!
Going from like Volcano Bay to
He's Hercules.
the resort, I guess, then to Epic Universe as well.
Yeah, because it's far. And you got to go through iDrive, you know? So he's got to, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, it would be so amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
let me, I swear I thought I sent you this, but I guess I didn't.
I'm excited. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Woo, woo, woo. Because it's all broken up. You know what I mean? Because like, as it is, Endless Summer Resort is by Wet n Wild. Like it's not on property. And the property they bought was where Peter used to work. It's by the convention center. So it's kind of a little bit of ways away, but it's over 500 acres. So it's like the size of Animal Kingdom. It's a big piece of land. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, again, tell me if you can make out what some of this stuff is in this patent. I just sent it over.
Yeah. All right. Good. I can see if I can.
See if you can bring it up. I don't know what some of it, I mean, because it's not marked like what those things are, but I'm assuming it's Volcano Bay.
Screen share for y'all. Hang on. Let me just copy and paste.
Screen share it.
Share it. And you guys can see with your good googly eyes that you can see better than me. You guys are good at like finding those things. Riley Ray, she's too much. I'm sorry for the white dog. Give her biscuit. She thinks I'm eating something she wants. And now there's crackers all over my floor. What? Why are you crying? This is what Mama's eating. It's not. It's British stuff. All right, hang on. I'm trying to be the thing. Because you know my wife isn't on my phone.
Now
So
Colby's meowing because Riley was barking.
Riley's fine. You're making Colby meow. You'll be bad behaved ant babies. So I'm pretty excited about that. Hang on. You can share it actually, Peter. You can screen share. You're allowed to screen share.
Oh, I can screen share it? Okay, hold on.
Hang on. There you go. My.
Do you have it?
It's taking a hot minute to go. Come on. There it is. Paste and go. Gosh, took a hot minute to go. It was trying to, I turned off my Wi-Fi on my phone, so it was not linking up to my MacBook. It was being weird. Okie dokie. All right. Okay, that's a patent. So.
It's got a map, but.
Photo. Hang on. Do I have to open the whole PDF or URL?
PDF? Yeah. Click on the PDF and you'll see it come up. It'll have the whole patent. And then
all right, here, I'll screen share for you guys so you guys can see this. And we can look at this together. This is super exciting.
Yeah, this was just like announced today on Twitter.
Ooh, very exciting. Oh, boy. There you go. Can you guys see that? Oh no, didn't I just go to the PDF? Oh, that one. All right, you got it? Can you see it?
Twitter.
Right there. Can you see it? Is it too big, too small? Is it not working?
We just see Twitter.
Oh, shoot. Okay, hang on.
Try to open the PDF in a Chrome tab and then.
Sorry, I did it. Oh my gosh, this dog. I'm sorry, she's crying.
Here, I can try to, or.
Yes,
Oh, yes, there it is. So there's the patent.
I can try to hear. I'm just trying to see the chance.
Autonomous vehicle transportation.
Yeah, in methods. April 9th. Okay, an amusement park system in accordance with present embodiments includes multiple separated park areas, an autonomous vehicle configured to drive along ground surfaces within the multiple separated park areas, and a gondola system configured to transport the autonomous vehicle between the multiple separated park areas. Oh my gosh.
That sounds
Repetitive. But it's not. All right, let's look at this map yonder
This is
here.
where I'm getting confused because that's Volcano Bay, right? There's a volcano there. Okay, I see the volcano, number 28.
Yeah.
But what's the rest of that?
That's
Yeah,
Island
that's what I'm thinking.
Universal, babe.
But do you think any of this is Epic Universe or is this
Yeah, you're right. This is Universal over here to the left. Like over, yeah.
right? So what's on the right? Like, what is that on the right?
What do you mean? That's Epic Universe then. It's got because this is Volcano Bay and Universal.
So you think that road there is that I-4? It's going to go over I-4?
Yeah.
Yes,
That's what it looks like.
because I'm trying to think.
Oh my.
Street. Yeah, because there's a street right here. So they're calling this one part, and then this is the second.
I see. That's why I was confused with this map. I don't know. The only thing that I know from the map is the volcano.
Yeah, that's
pretty
Volcano Bay.
much.
Well, Volcano Bay is right next to the other parks. Like, so I would assume that little bit, unless they're saying across the freeway, but it's not because Universal isn't across the freeway. It's just across that main street, like the street. So is that just Universal and is it Islands of Adventure?
I don't know. Like, I doubt they can build a gondola over I-4. I don't even think that.
So I think that's Universal Islands of Adventure. Well, it's Volcano Bay Islands of Adventure and
Studios.
USF. Yeah, I think it's just between the three parks. Right.
Yeah,
There.
it's probably not Epic Universe.
Universe is down the street across.
It looked like a 5-year-old did the sketch.
Yeah, that is not Epic
It
Universe.
generally does.
Universal Studios, Florida.
Yeah, so that right. So then you must be right. It's probably Volcano Bay, IOA. But
Like over that big main street. You know,
I don't know what's that street in between them.
it's just that main street that you get off on.
Oh, I bet you're right.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, because you know what? See number 36. I think that's the little river. I think maybe. I don't know.
Oh, it's yeah. I think
That
it's
little river.
parks. I think it was just the three parks for sure.
Yeah.
5-year-old sketch this? Oh, honey, I don't know. I mean, obviously they
It
had
looks like it.
First of all, there's no Ferris wheel at Universal, so
amusement park, so they're just trying to be vague about it. Oh wait, there's a second page. Hang on, boo boo.
There's 22 pages.
And it's just bigger.
it's flipped. And I tried looking to see what those numbers represent. I couldn't find anything.
There's
That's what I'm trying to look. I'm trying to look for now.
Yeah,
On the bottom of
see,
it where it was worded. I'm trying to look now.
I personally couldn't find any like.
These
I
are
think
all.
almost some of it makes sense.
The rest of it was just confusing to me.
Ooh, is the
Precisely.
gondola.
Yeah, look, it's got the gondola. See, like they're gonna have their own Skyliner.
That's gonna be amazing. I'm
Yeah.
ready. We'll be there on opening day. You watch. Yep, it looks just like it.
Oh yeah.
Same thing, different day. Probably the same.
Yeah, that writing doesn't make any sense to me.
Like bits and bobs and pieces. Yes, the same
Yeah, you have to probably be like an engineer. Where's Scott? Scott can read this map. We need
electrical
Scott.
engineers in the house. Come on, people.
We need an engineer to help read this map.
All these
Yeah,
schematics.
we do.
There's more text, boo. There's more text.
Yeah, that's the bit I was just reading. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I was trying to make sense.
It's a bit wordy.
Yeah, it's just schematics explaining what everything is, sort of. They're just saying automated area from amusement park area. They're being vague on purpose.
Yeah, they are being very vague. I mean, I guess it's really.
They're not giving us nothing. No juicy juices. It's just all gondola system, amusement park. Gondola system.
Gondola system, right.
But that is oh wait, it's something about water. Indeed, some of the embodiments of the park areas may be separated by obstacles such as public highways or roadways, landforms, bodies of water, and other elements that may hinder surface traveling. Because they can't put bases on the ground on property they don't own.
Right, and that's why I was like, I don't think you can.
Over way down the other side of International Drive. That is way too far.
No, that's why I don't know how they're going to bring people from their parks to the new park. It's very far. Like, it's not close.
You have to take a bus.
Yeah.
It's like how Animal Kingdom is kind of the part of this. It's all the way in the other end of town. It's the same thing.
But at least that's still on Disney property. This is going through like residential, commercial streets.
It's gonna go through everywhere.
This is all.
Like, you're gonna be passing the McDonald's and then Outback, going over to a different park.
I drive. You have
You gotta go over I know you gotta go over I-4. That's what I mean. I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
I don't know. We got the best thing we have on this is that map. That's honestly the most. But
top is the only
it's hard to.
Oh, y'all, what do you think about that? I think that's pretty exciting. But we got that little map right there. That's what we're gonna see, and that'll be awesome.
It looks like it was drawn by a 5-year-old.
Yeah, I know.
Now, Ruby says cables stretch across for bridges. I think it can hold a gondola. The thing is, though, I don't know if they're allowed to build over I-4.
I wouldn't think so.
That's probably, it has to be on their property.
Yeah, they probably can't build over I-4.
No, because if you imagine it's going over I-4 and then the system breaks, how are they going to evacuate
it's a 5-lane highway on each side. I don't.
Resort too. This last resort 26.
To evacuate it, they would have to shut I-4, and that's never going to happen.
Yeah, no, they can't cross. It has to be all on the same side of the road.
I wish these numbers had a meaning.
That's what I was looking for, but apparently not.
I know.
There's
Or maybe they just didn't include.
Okay, that's Islands of Adventure, and that's USF, and then these are resorts.
If
This might be, I don't know if that's Endless Summer.
Oh, maybe. Oh, I didn't think about the water part or the resort.
They can't do Endless Summer, so it's either probably, maybe, no, because it's across the street, then it's going to be Cabana Bay, because it's across the street, like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Look at that! It looks like they have. That kind of looks like the sky swings. You see over there, number 21. Oh wait, no, that's part of the gondola. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's supposed to be Islands of Adventure, and that's USF on the other side because it is a bigger theme park. I don't know. What do y'all think, guys? What do y'all think? You let me know. But something to gander.
That's something that's breaking news right there.
Yes.
You heard it first here on Awesome Emporium. Universal might be getting a Skyliner.
Personally, I would not go over if it's built over I-4. I'd rather not go on it.
I hope they still give us a deal to upgrade our pass, because then we got to take you to Universal, because you never were able to go, right, Joe? When you came, you never.
No.
Yeah.
It's like it was very difficult to leave the Disney bubble. There wasn't any public transport outside of Disney property other than Walmart.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you stay
that was
here, they actually give deals. Like, you would be able to get the Florida resident pass, because I know a lot of cast members that do that. And then you just have to make sure, like, you have a ride, or Uber. You could Uber, but it would be kind of pricey.
Yeah.
Find, like, roommates. Like, if you're there for the year, maybe through all Universal passes. And I know a lot of college program kids do it. Since you get into Disney for free, they go, and you're allowed with your cast member ID and your dorm ID, because you're here for the year or a little longer. Yeah. They give you Florida resident on the pass, so you're allowed to do that. Yeah. Oh no, this is Universal. This is not Disney World, Rosalie. This is Universal. So, ooh, that's fun, Ruby. No, I haven't seen that one. It's all like they're saying they can't build over like public land that they don't own. So that's exciting. There you go. Universal's building their own gondola system. I think that's awesome. I'm excited.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, I guess Disney must have really.
Yeah,
want to do it.
It's only good for us. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm the same way, Lauren. Like, I think once you get past you're such a Disney expert, like, you leave your bubble, because then you do, like, a lot of you guys do Disney and Universal when you're here now. I mean, Reese did Disney and Universal. Yeah. He stayed at Disney and Universal, like he did both. Scott and Vicky were hardcore Disney people, only Disney, DVC, and then now they're like, oh my gosh, the best thing ever. And this is when they're coming down. They're going to do the Universal deal again because it's cheaper than Disney in November time. They're coming at Halloween when it's expensive because it's Mickey's Not So Scary, Halloween Horror Nights, and then Christmas party starts a couple of days later. They're coming to do both. So that's a very pricey time of year, but I'm telling you, I've never checked on Universal prices. Like it was half price. Like it would have cost them over $4,000 for the same deal. Well, the same stay, hotel, all of that at Disney. And then it cost them $2,200. And it included Halloween Horror Nights tickets, resort tickets, volcano tickets for the entire length of their stay. Mm-hmm. And if you've not seen Universal, like you stayed at Cabana Bay, right? Like Cabana Bay or Sapphire Falls, Reese? Which one did you stay at?
I don't remember.
Is it the one like the bowling, very 50s?
All I remember is you have to get a boat to the park.
Oh, Sapphire Falls. You were across the street. You stayed at the new one. And that was their value resort. It's very fancy for a value resort. It looks like their value is more like modern at Disney because it has the one that looks like a Harry Potter staircase. Like it looks like you were at Hogwarts or something. It had the staircase that had like the candles, candelabra. If you took the boat, oh no, did you stay at Portofino Bay? That would look like Italy. Or there's one that kind of looks Polynesian. That was also, that takes a boat too. Pacific, we're all Pacific.
Give me 2 seconds, I will go and find out.
Like, I don't remember. Yeah, but it'll be good. I'm really excited about that. But yeah, so no, that was those plans are for Universal Orlando Resort. So that's exciting. So
that is exciting.
A lot of new things coming up in the year. See, that's why you gotta go through it for the next couple of weeks. Hopefully when Epic Universe is open, because that's supposed to open at 2022, right?
2022, but hopefully that is still on track for.
But remember how fast when people build Disney, like Universal can have a theme park that what they do, but they build stuff.
Yeah.
Fast. I don't know if it's necessarily good. It looks fast. You know, they're like quick. It's not 5 years of thinking. Like, you know, you make sure it's good. They're not going to mess around. Any other last questions? Up here because I have got to pop over next door and go hang out on our on stream. So let me know if you guys have any last minute questions for Joe or Joe.
You stayed at that resort right there.
Lowe's Royal Pacific.
Oh yeah, very nice. It's a fancy resort.
That's a nice one, yeah.
Nice one. It's their deluxe resort, one of the deluxe resorts. You got free express pass because you stayed at that resort.
Yeah,
you got free express. So their express is like Disneyland. You have to pay for their express passes, but it's good. But I don't know. Now that I don't think we'll have not lines. We'll still have lines, but we'll have longer lines, but not as many fast passes because we can't have that many people per hour. It'll be not even the same, or it's not going to ever go back to the way it was because it's never going to be like that again. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you just have to get that out of your mind and realize it's not going to be the way it was. It's going to be a new Disney, a new Universal. It's going to be everything new. This is your new normal. Your new normal has this disease out in the world. It's just highly contagious. So it's never going to be the same again. Like it's not. It's going to be something different. So I don't know if the sooner we get over that, the sooner like we can accept it and just, okay, it's going to be.
Ruby's cracking me up.
What?
Ruby's cracking me up.
Oh yeah, earthquake in the UK. Gondolas, yeah. No, girl, I agree. Any other questions for these guys before we shake and bake? We got like a few minutes left. And then tomorrow, don't you all forget, if you want to come back tomorrow, do and dress up. We're doing Halloween tomorrow. Tomorrow is Halloween. We're doing virtual Halloween. So we're going to watch the parade together, you know. We're going to watch Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular. I put a spell on you. So I wanted everybody to make sure their Halloween attire or wear a costume if you want. Or, you know, you could go with Captain Hook. You never know. you know, or something, you know, because you're Disbound. You had your Disney bound. You could wear that because you had your Captain Hook Disbound as well, or whoever you'd like. Just kind of wear something Halloweeny if you wanted. We're doing that tomorrow, and we screen share and we pretend we're watching. We're using the Netflix, and we watch the parade, Hocus Pocus, and we do the fireworks too. We do the fireworks. So, getting a message from Tanya. Hang on. It is. I'm gonna give her my address or my email address so she can email me. It's a link to her stream. What's more expensive, Katie? I really do think that they can't. The Harry Potter train never leaves property. Oops. It just goes from one park to the next backstage. Yeah, they can't extend the train because the train actually doesn't even leave property. It just goes from one park to another, and it's all backstage. But you can see it during Halloween Horror Nights. You guys knew that because you could see. You know, we were in the queue waiting for the house, and we could just see the Hogwarts Express coming back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't. The train actually doesn't leave property. It just goes from one parking lot to another backstage, of course. But that's the nice thing about Horror Nights, Joe and Reese. I think that's what you guys would enjoy. Is during Halloween Horror Nights, you can go backstage, like they're using the actual things. So the queues are all backstage. You're like, oh, Mardi Gras float. Like, it's so cool. You see the building where entertainment, like their entertainment dance studio, like you pass by the dance studio. Yeah. Like you get to see backstage at Universal during Halloween Horror Nights because they use all of the sound stages. And I think that's the coolest part. Peter loved that last year. He's like, this is awesome.
I love that. Yeah, that was awesome. Walking backstage.
Yeah, we all go to Horror Nights. I mean, have you met Rob? He's been going since Halloween Horror Nights 13, and it's going to be Halloween Horror Nights 30. Don't worry, we're going to do an HHN episode too. So we're just going to go through all the holidays. But tomorrow's Halloween, so make sure you guys get dressed up for Halloween tomorrow.
Horror Nights is so
all the videos are ready.
Yeah, all the videos are ready. We got them all queued up, and we're going to do it the other night. So this is the only way that we're keeping our sanity, Joe. You know, we're doing virtual classes. I cried like a Tuesday. It was terrible. My heart was heavy. I just got that feeling like of being there, the sight, the smell, like I should be there right now. I love the new show. Like you have to see Epcot Forever in person. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because it might be gone by the time you come back. Because it's the interim show, you know, it'll be Harmonious next.
Oh God, Ruby, no.
What did Ruby say? Reese's pages. He does. I'm putting him to work at something he's really good at, since he watches a lot of my videos over and over, and I really appreciate that. You know, we help other content creators by rewatching them.
Yep. I've got all your Halloween ones ready, and you've got them, and then I've got your SeaWorld ones ready.
Yeah,
SeaWorld ones are done as well.
Too. So I'm mad because I never got to go on Manta because it was shut down. Remember, like when I was finally ready to go.
I do now.
I'm like, no. So you can ride Mako with Peter and scream some more. So they let you scream on the roller coasters at SeaWorld as long as you have like a harness. So that's a big, cool thing. I love it so much. You know, it was so fun. Yeah, I would consider the HHN if scare actors with social distance. Oh my gosh, totally. How is that going to work? Heather will be happy. They'll be like,
yeah, right.
Heather, like, literally on me like this.
I don't think I would survive HHN, to be honest with you. Then I don't think I would survive it.
Oh, Reese gets scared inside Haunted Mansion. He was like, when the ghost pops up, like in the.
Yes, but yeah, I know that was funny though.
Hi, Christopher. Yes, he's helping us coach. I agree. Hey, Nova, welcome back. Yeah, tomorrow's Halloween. I was just reminding everybody, make sure you get dressed up. We're going to do all things Halloween, like we're going to a Halloween party. I didn't bring bags and bags of candy, though, like Peter. We can pretend.
We've got a brilliant view of the parade. Which is good. Yes. Good view of fireworks.
Yes.
Good view of Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. Oh, we can do 4th of July.
And maybe a few rides in between.
Yeah, we got plenty of rides, and depending on the day, we can start with Halloween parties. We have a lot of footage for that, so for sure. And if there's gaps in the music, that means those are copyrighted bits that I've removed. Yeah. So that way we don't get copyrighted again. So now we know. But yeah, that'll be, we'll do all those different park days. We're just gonna do virtual park days. This will actually help us be not going crazy. So we do this every day. You're more than welcome to join us anytime you'd like, Joe. It's very cool. So we need candy. Yes, Dracula. Oh yes, we had yes too. Yes, I love him. Absolutely. I mean, Peter would go and try to get 20 pounds of candy every time we would go, like a whole backpack full of Disney.
Oh yeah, I would fill it up.
And how is that gonna? Yes, Hocus Pocus, and I made sure it was the good Winnie, because there's some they're actually live singers, and there's a we call her Winnie A, B, or C. There's a Winnie C is Peter's not favorite. Peter will walk away and turn down around. It's like
I think the one I found, the first video I found, I think it was Winnie A. It sounded like it.
Yeah, usually opens the park. Yeah, we're gonna do it. I promise. So bring them all. Yeah, we need to do one with Carlotta and Renata. We need to pull one of those up at the Haunted Mansion. Did you ever see that, Joe, where they do a little skit?
Yeah.
Carlotta and
They've
Renata.
been good.
And Billy Bob. Billy Bob. She tells you the whole story because everybody knows the story of how they died. That's what she always says it too. How everybody wants to know. Yes, Broom the Butler comes out with Miss Renata or Miss Carlotta, and the man trying to get out of the coffin inside the Haunted Mansion, that's Billy Bob. That's why I always say, hi, Billy Bob, whenever we see him. But actually, he's trying to keep them from coming in the coffin with him. There were sisters fighting over Billy Bob. That's why he's really not trying to let me out, because he's trying to escape them. Yeah. A Haunted Mansion remake. Oh, that's been a hot button topic for years. I thought what was his name? Not Benicio del Toro. He was going to remake it, but they never did that.
Isn't there like a Will Smith movie out that has it called The Haunted Mansion?
Oh, it's Eddie Murphy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it hurts my little Disney heart when people said, "Oh wow, that's the movie," or "This is the ride based on the movie." I'm like, you shut your mouth, right? I'm like, are you kidding me? People go, "Oh, somebody has said that." They go, "Oh yeah, they based the ride off the Eddie Murphy movie." I'm like, excuse me. I said, Walt's turning over in his grave right now. Stop. Stop. Guillermo del Toro. That's it, James. Yes. Guillermo del Toro does like Hellboy, Golden Army. He does practical effects. It's actually actors and costume. And yes, it's going to be, I would love that. They talked about it in 2011 or 2012, but it never happened. They confirmed it, but I didn't think it ever got greenlit. So still waiting for a proper, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not the actual storyline. The storyline for the Haunted Mansion is so interesting. Like you could, there's so many characters, so many backstories that they actually could do a full blown movie and not do what they did with Eddie Murphy. It's totally different, Yes. Yeah. Yes, I'm down with that. But yes, all things Halloween. Halloween's my favorite time of year. I cannot wait. So, watch Hocus Pocus 16 times. Halloween Town. It's all on Disney Plus now. So have you been watching Disney Plus a lot, Joe?
Yes. I was living my best Hannah Montana life today.
Oh.
Yes.
How about the animations story, Imagineering story? Have you been watching that too?
I've been watching Encore.
Encore's great. I love that.
Yeah.
Go back and do their musical theater stuff. But you got to watch the Imagineering story.
Okay.
Because as a cast member, you'll really appreciate. I cried on the first one. I was crying because they were talking about like Walt's death, and these are like part of like the 10 old men, and and it's just the inside. It's Imagineering, so it's inside.
Yeah.
The first episode, if you don't cry, I'm like, you don't have a heart. What's wrong with you? Yeah, it's so good. And The Mandalorian, because it's all about Baby Yoda. It is the Baby Yoda show. So yeah, that shouldn't be delayed because that's done shooting. So, you know what I mean? So that should come out in October. That's when it's, that's when it's supposed to come out. You love Eddie Murphy, but I'm glad they didn't add him to the ride. Oh, no, they can't do that. Like the ride is based on itself. the movie just kind of was inspired by the ride. It doesn't work that way. Woo! Haunted Mansion tourists would be like, we're rolling in distress right now because if you know the history of your Haunted Mansion, there's many Haunted Mansion fans out here. If you know the history, when it was built, how it was built, who Extencio is, who Paul Frees is, the history, everything there is to know about Haunted Mansion. That's like talking Jar Jar Binks to a Star Wars fan. It is. I always think of it as that comparison, like how Jar Jar Binks is to Star Wars, as is Eddie Murphy is to Haunted Mansion. It's just like that. So it's a little bit. Does anybody have any last words that they need to say before we shake our bonbons here and get out of here? Because we've got to pop on over next door, but we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll probably start at 7. So I'm trying to keep it early-ish, so it's not, we're not. Poor Reese is on American time now. Raleigh Crump, yes. Yeah, he's on our time. Poor thing. He doesn't go 5 in the morning his time. So, he's a vampire, complete vampire. He's on American. He talks with us all day, and then he's just like falling asleep. Poor thing. Oh, don't touch your face. Okay, I got you, girl. No last words. Okay.
Happy Friday Eve.
Happy Friday Eve, and we're gonna give your little. All right, y'all. Now it's your turn
to make some
magic. Comment, like, subscribe.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.